Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crashed Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to, what is this, episode 247 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth on the multiverse. That you can also find on Spotify. You can find it on, well, you know, Google. You can find it on Amazon, iHeartRadio, which might be problematic now. I don't know. All that said, all those places, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us there. And if you do, make sure you leave us a rating. Helps us find more listeners like yourself. Carter, how you doing today? I technically already kind of know how you're doing, but I'm asking more for you know, to not have the awkward segue.
So, if any of you are listening or watching or anything like that and are wondering, like, Carter seems a bit off, it's because, let me tell you how my Thursday morning went. I'm getting up at 4 a.m. I'm out the door at 5. I got myself together. I'm ready to rock. I walk up to my car door, and the door is open. That's first red flag. Second, but I know I locked my car, and I look inside my car, and this is one thing I didn't tell you, Ernie. Maybe I did. I can't remember, but it was funny to me. My sunglasses are gone. My cologne is gone. Car insurance paperwork, the paperwork of when I bought the car was gone. One thing I didn't tell you, I took my fucking oatmeal but left the box because I keep oatmeal in my car, fuck y'all, so I can eat something at work. Mind your business. And I popped my trunk, and here's where I got a stern talking to from a few people. So at this point I realized, okay, somebody broke into my car. I popped my trunk because I knew what was back there. You remember those like old school red wagons you could pull?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the newer ones, they make a cloth and they make you able to break them down. Siegfang, you are a mad lad. Let's start the day with max damage. Also, PSA, playing Dragon's Dogma 2. Beware of the dragons talking smack, wanting to run the ones. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, the dragons do talk shit in that game.
So here's the thing, nobody except me. They didn't rummage through the Carter mobile. No, they took everything that I had in there. Because in my trunk, I had comics. And I had a wagon with the majority of the not majority, I don't want to say it like that, but basically I had a wagon full of trades, and I had 2 long boxes. That was, oh God, like Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men. I had Gail Simone's Secret Six in there. One thing I don't think you and I ever talked about, I had done a YouTube video about it, but I didn't do the whole thing. But like, remember those Marvel hip hop variants?
Yeah.
Had each and every one of them. And gone. Completely gone. Don't know when it happened. But they had the time to pull the long boxes out, pull the wagon out, take everything. So at this point, I'm just on one. I'm trying to find the local police station, and I'm following Google Maps. At this point, it's like 5:30 in the fucking morning. And I'm on the street of where to go. I cut a left, and then I see a fucking flash because the camera caught me. I wasn't running the red. I was turning, but maybe the turn was too fucking wide. So now I'm caught on camera, so I know I'm gonna have a ticket in the fucking mail coming soon. So now I'm really tight. I get to the police station. I make the statement, but all the police officers look really annoyed because they were watching baseball highlights, and here comes this fucking dude at 5 a.m. that wants to write a police report about his car getting broken into. So I get back home after the statement, after me getting all the paperwork. I'm just frustrated and flustered, so I just pass out for a minute. Just mad, let me just lay down. But Carter forgot that all this happened on a Thursday. And when Carter woke up, It was 2:40 p.m. Why does that matter, Carter? Because on Thursday, street cleaning day. And my car was on the wrong side of the fucking street. So I run out there. I don't see the ticket, but if it's anything like the ticket from the camera, I know to be expecting 2 things in the mail now. So I don't know who I made mad. I don't know who I upset in a past life. Maybe I had one of them moral lives and I did somebody real dirty. But Thursday sucked. And then it's like a final troll. When I run outside to go check on my car, when I realized it was on the wrong side of the street, when I'm coming back in the house, I see a box on the counter with my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all the comics I had ordered.
Oh, damn.
So I have those, but literally when it comes to Carter's comic collection, it's literally just this shelf. That's it.
Damn.
So that past 2 days for me ain't been the best.
Yeah. Well,
how
that's
have you been? Yeah, I wanna make things positive a little bit.
Well,
how did the anniversary go?
well, that's what I was about to say. I was actually about to address that because it came up in the super chat, and I want to catch it before it goes away. But no. First and foremost, C-Fang, yes, thank you for that. I gotta, you hit us for max damage, so I'm gonna give you that. I haven't run into any of the dragons just yet, and I'm terrified. Poetry Media with the $5 says happy anniversary to Ernie and his queen. Love to all of you. Blurko, give him the forecast. Goddamn right, give it to him. Give it to him. Look, turn the sand to glass and everything. Everything went well. It's funny. We did something a little different this year. We basically kind of had more of a low key anniversary celebration. So for those who don't know, my wife and I, we have been together for 14 going on 15 years. Yeah, and we have been married for 9 of them.
Okay.
And we're like, you know what? We're gonna go out and we did that thing, and I don't know if all parents do this eventually at some point or try this eventually at some point. We tried doing the thing where like we made it about more than just ourselves. Mm-hmm. So Cersei came along with us. Okay. So too did my mother. It was kind of more just kind of everyone's kind of celebrating our anniversary, I guess, in a roundabout way of speaking. So we started off, we went to go see a movie, which will actually be my recommended this week. And we went to dinner after. Movie was great. Dinner was great. Not for my wife, though. So we have this thing, and it's that it never fails. If me and Cynthia go out to eat, and it's just a random going out to eat, everything's fine. But the second that it's a day where like there's something special going on or we're celebrating something, 99.9999999% of the time. Matter of fact, in all 9 years of us being married, I think it actually would be close. Actually, I think it would be 100% of the time. My food is great. Hers always has a problem. And it's not like she's being a Karen or anything like that. No, not at all. It's like legitimate, someone fucked up. Like, so to give you an idea, we went to a place called Firebirds here in Memphis. Actually, more in the Cordova, Germantown area or whatever. Actually, more Cordova because across from the mall. So we both order steaks. My steak comes back. It's a little bit more like I asked for medium. It's actually more rare, but I do that because if I ask for medium and they cook it just a little bit more than medium or just a little under medium, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Her steak, she asked for the same. Her steak is done. Like, so done that it is dry. Ain't no pink in the middle. Ain't even a stitch of pink in the middle. Like, literally, she was like, it was bone dry. It was as dry as Ben Shapiro's wife's nether regions. That's
basically danger. You had a steak, and Cynthia had a hot ass belt on a plate.
Yeah, basically. And not only that, it was extremes. So not only was her steak done and dry, no moisture to it whatsoever. I mean, I'm talking about nothing on it. That'd be like if you threw it at somebody, you probably knock them the fuck out. But matter of fact, I would say if we actually did spank, we don't spank Cersei because she's just such a great kid, and honestly, you just don't need to. But if we were that type of family, you could spank your kid with that steak, and it would hurt. You could beat your kid's ass with that goddamn steak. That's like remember when Jim Ross used to always be like tougher than a $2 steak?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And that was sad for a steak that cost like $30-some.
What was the appetizer?
So they got these egg rolls. Those were great. I don't even like egg rolls, and you know, they enjoyed them. So that was the other part. So the sides, that was the other thing. She had 2 sides. They forgot one of them. And the shrimp that came with the steak was cold. And I thought maybe she was just being like, I was like, nah, come on now. They didn't overcook the steak and not cook the shrimp enough. I was like, oh shit, this is cold as motherfucker. I was like, I said, yo shit was cooked first and just left sitting out. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Or they just half-ass heated it up. So we got the manager to come.
How you know it wasn't fresh and they had just pulled it out the water?
I could taste the ice on that motherfucker, okay? I could taste the ice on that motherfucker. But no. So then we flagged down the young lady who, not our server, but the young lady who brought us the food. And it was kind of funny because we said like what happened. And you explained who our server was. She seemed incredibly unsurprised. And she said, I'm going to go get the manager for you. And we're like, thank you, young queen. And the manager shows up, and he kind of also seems to know what the score is, too. And it seems like he's been playing. Like, I got the impression he had the expression, demeanor, and tone of a person who's been putting out fires all night. And by putting out fires, I mean putting out fires for one single person. That said, he made sure that they recooked everything. Well, when it came back, they brought it back. They brought the steak back. The garlic butter that was supposed to be on the steak was not present. The steak was cooked correctly, though, so that was a plus. And not all of the shrimp was cold, but one of them was not cooked all the way through, and it just so happened to be the first one that Cynthia took a bite into. But then, like, we took bites and we're like, oh, these other ones are good. These other ones are good. Just that one was probably the one that didn't. And she ate the rest. Like, 'cause it was to the point we had been sitting there for so long. We had, like, our dinner was literally 2 hours, if that tells you anything. So, like, she realized real fast, because by the time so here's the thing. By the time she finally got her food, like that second round of food, all the rest of us were done eating. Like, all our food was gone. So we were literally just sitting there waiting on her.
What did they have back there cooking? The motherfucker that bust tables? Like, what is happening?
I don't know. I mean, it was a Friday. I know Fridays are rough in the restaurant industry. I have worked in the restaurant industry. I know how it is. So, yeah, and the thing is, it wasn't even like we were angry. It just, because, like, my wife has worked in the service industry as well, so she knows what it's like. But at the same time, we were just all just kind of like, yeah, dude, this ain't. Yeah, we should have went to Longhorn or something. We should have went to Houston's or just somewhere else.
I like how you just tried to clean that up for your wife's sake, but I can tell all of you that are watching and all of you that are listening right now with 100% certainty. When she got that goddamn shrimp back and that first one was still cold, I can guarantee you she raised hell.
Oh, no, I mean, she wasn't happy.
You mad motherfucker. I guarantee the first shrimp she pulled from the get back, I guarantee you that white woman was irate.
Oh, no. She was like, I'm not gonna lie. So, not to tell my wife's business, but my wife is an angry crier. And I could tell that, like, she was getting angry, and I could tell that she was probably gonna cry. So that's why we kind of jumped in and we're like, hey, well, let's check these other ones. Let's check these other ones real quick. And then once she was like, okay. And then she ate the rest. So it was not good. It was not good. And it's not, and the thing is, we've had good experiences at Firebirds before. So, I mean, it was very disheartening to have that experience. I don't know, man. I personally speaking, I don't know if I'm gonna be going back there anytime soon. But that's just me. Not telling anybody else what they should probably be doing with their time, but that's just me. I'm less, like, literally the whole time, like, that all this was transpiring, we were just like, yeah, we should have gone somewhere else. We should not have. We should not have come here.
So what did you? So here's my question, because I think I'm finna call you low down. I did not want us to have to start the show off on these very sour notes.
Oh, damn, yeah.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
When your wife got the hot belt in front of her on the plate, because you just made the statement of when she got her food back, we were already done.
Yeah.
Now, when they took the belt back and said, we apologize. I cannot believe that we gave you this Wrangler leather. Let us go get you extra steak. Did you offer any of yours?
I did actually. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I asked her.
I was about to call you up, out and out scumbag.
Nah.
If they took that belt and then you were like, hey, shit, what happened to me though? And then just start slicing real quick.
Well, no. So here's what happened. I offered her my steak. I was like, babe, do you want mine? Mm-hmm. And she said no. So I said, okay. Go Coster, his baby father.
You hand me that knife real quick then? Oh, that's
you ain't shit. No. Go Coster, his baby father said Omega level mutant detected. So boy, I yelled at 2 a.m. I did too. I yelled as well. Here, hold up. I gotta go back because Zataler, one got away from me. Actually, a couple got away from me. I'm actually gonna go back because there were quite a few even before that I kind of want to go back and hit before they get away from us. Shout out to Joel C. With the 31 months of the silver mines, Ben Shapiro's wife's nether region. It's true though. Yeah. It's true. It's very true. Also, one of the ones that I missed, I'm gonna have to scroll up for this, so it's gonna pause the chat, at least for the app. We've got LA Chillin' with the $4.99 says crazy. We celebrate our anniversary this weekend too. Blessings to the family. Hey, appreciate you as well, and I hope y'all have a infinitely better anniversary dinner than my wife did. Also, Cloudy D with the 37 months in the Silver Mine says much love and hope y'all surviving out here. We appreciate you for that. And we got Jay Kino with the 44 months says I'm back for the live chat. Hey, we appreciate you being back. Also appreciate that love. We also got wait. Let me go back because we also had Divontre. I don't know why I want to say Divontre. My lord, this tells you the type of week I'm having. So with the gifted 5 Blerd Club memberships as well as a $20 super chat says if you like Kamen Rider and like laughing, take a moment to visit my channel for the latest skits. Appreciate the Blerd Cave. Which by the way, I've seen these skits because they Devontre, he had showed them to me. They're fucking amazing. And I'm not just saying that because he's one of Earth's mightiest. It's because they are genuinely funny, especially if you are... I think if you are not... Even if you're not familiar with Kamen Rider, you would laugh at them just because they're just that fucking cool. But let's keep it pushing down because we got another one here from... matter of fact, I might play one here in a little bit too, just for shiggles. I'm sure he will not mind. Monumental Comics with $10 says this payment is for half of your wife's steak. Happy anniversary. Happy adversity. I mean anniversary. It's so funny. And yeah, Sean, I do not like egg rolls. That shows you how far back. I'm actually just kind of seeing that now. I do not like egg rolls. It's funny because I feel like all of the bad things in life that could ever possibly happen to or for a person when they're trying to have dinner, I feel like they always happen to her. There was one year on our anniversary. It was she got a she got a plate of, or not a plate, but a side of broccoli with her food, and no bullshit, one of the broccoli inside the little bushel on the broccoli, there was a huge ass fucking dead ass fly, and she just so happened to see it right before she took a bite. Now, to be fair, this actually worked out in our favor because all our food came out free. But it was still messed up because she didn't even want to eat after that.
I don't know if I would want to eat the food free or otherwise. I was going to ask you when she saw that fly, because I have seen your wife, who she swing on, but
well, remember I told you my wife is an angry crier. It is like, honestly, obviously I don't like seeing her cry because she's my wife. I don't like seeing her sad, but I don't like being around my wife when she's angry because she makes me feel uncomfortable. Not because not because I'm scared for my life, because I'm scared for somebody else. I'm scared I'm gonna have to come up with bail money.
That's a cruel world. I don't know who got it worse. Like, she got a garlic butter Levi belt. I got the majority of my comics and an arcade stick and oatmeal stolen out of my car.
Yeah,
shit days all around this week. This was a nasty week.
Oh yeah, no, it's not good. It's like, honestly, there's been some other stuff going on, but it's nothing that I want to complain about because my problems are usually first world problems. The adversity that you have faced this week is far greater than anything I have dealt with. So I will not complain.
I didn't even go into detail with mine just because I'm still going back to you and your anniversary dinner because, dog, I'm gonna keep it A1. You said Carter had it worse. I'm gonna keep it A1 with you, dog, because this is what my mind keeps going back to when you tell your story. It's the fact that when she got the shrimp back, and that first one was cold, I cannot tell you how much hell I would have raised, bro.
Oh no, she was about to. She was about to, like, cause I was like, look. I was like, look, let's check. I was like, let's check. Cool, cause here's the thing. At first, she said it tasted weird.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't so much that it was cold, she just said it tasted weird. So that's why we were kind of like, did they give you like some shrimp that was out of date or some shit? Oh. So that's why we was like, here, let's pass it around. And it was like, okay, it's fine. It's that one. That was a bad one. It was. Oh. Okay, so let me just go ahead and tell this part, and then I promise y'all we'll get to talking about the shit we're here to talk about. Yeah. So this was the worst part of it. It was when the bill came. Mm. So Firebirds has this thing where you can get a 3-course for like a roughly $40. Mm-hmm. You can get like a salad and a soup, and then like maybe like a steak or something, and you can get like a dessert, all $40. So that was what my mother got. Mm-hmm. Why did they charge us twice for her food? And charged us for the side that Cynthia didn't get.
So I'm going to ask again. Who did she swing on?
Oh, no, because I almost swung. Because when I flagged dude down, I was like, yeah, pimp. I was like, you charged us twice. I was like, I said, I see 250 on here. I said, this should be like 201, 205 tops. I was like, what's going on here? And I think the demeanor I had basically kind of gave the game away on how I was feeling. Mm. And I immediately got what I wanted. This is one thing I'm actually happy for. I have a look I can give people. It lets people know that I am displeased. And not only am I displeased, that I'm ready to fight. So I gave that look apparently, and I got what I wanted. So that was actually, yeah, that was because they were trying to hit me for $250. And I was like, no. No, sir.
See, you brought up Bill, and that makes me want to tell the extra. See, I feel like we just want to go back and forth about how we had a shit day this week. So, okay. The one thing that irked me when I went to the police station, Ernie, they started asking me like how much was everything that was in the vehicle. So I'm saying like I said like $200, $300, $400. They were like, so what was in it? It was books. It was comic books. Because I was really uncomfortable in saying comics, but I said it anyway. So I'm like, comics. It was an arcade stick and like a wagon and stuff. And they kind of gave me this look like comic books. So that part irked me. So, okay, fast forward. I realized my car is parked in the wrong spot on street cleaning, so I probably got that ticket coming. So I called my bank, like, look, car was broken into. I had some paperwork in there. I don't know if it had my banking information. Can you just alert me for any transactions that may happen so we can catch it, just in case? This woman took it as me saying, oh, you just need a new card then, Carter, and canceled my bank card. And the reason Bill, when you said Bill, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Her canceling my card was the card that all of my bills were on. So once I started getting emails this morning about this bill didn't get paid, this bill didn't get paid. Hey, just FYI, you know your phone off, right, Carter? I said, wait, huh? So
what?
Now I'm waiting for a new card to pay all the bills that were fucking due. So yeah, your wife and I, we just had a really
y'all done been through it. Y'all done been through it. I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and shout out to Nuck Nuck, because he's the one who gifted me that arcade stick. I actually had it. It was in the back seat because I was going to a local Thursday to play some Street Fighter and Tekken. So that was the whole reason it was in the fucking car to begin with. And yeah, they got that. They got that. They got the comics. They got the long boxes. They got oatmeal, and they got car insurance paperwork. And they had that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It was weird. Whoever it was had long hair because there's a bunch of fucking like strands of long hair in my fucking back seat. So
gross.
Yeah. So
well,
your
here
wife got a garlic butter belt, and I got jacked. So
that sounds gross. LJ Presser, his wife's gonna make him the steak tonight. I mean, nah, she won't. She won't. Stomp Tiz says, I know this is random, but have you ever had the misfortune of running into a Hebrew Israelite? And what is your opinion of them? Much love. Yes, actually, I had the displeasure of someone on Twitter jumping into my mentions or replies rather. When I was talking about how Candace Owens got shit canned from Daily Wire Friday morning. Oh, man, she even got fired like white people. She got fired at the start of the day, so she didn't have to come in. But no, the, yeah, I don't enjoy discussing with those people or conversing with those types of people because honestly, I'm just like, look, man, I know that there are some people out there, not just going to say black people, but just, I know, because this is just people in general. There's some people who want to feel more special than what they should already feel. Here's the thing. I am very proud of my African heritage. I don't need to co-opt somebody else's to feel better about myself. And that is how I feel about them. So yeah, and like honestly, so I actually saw the dude say something to me, and he was trying to like spread all these dumb conspiracy theories about black Israelites, and or which he apparently did not like the term black Israelite. He preferred Hebrew Israelite because he says the black people are the real Jews, and this is like, stop. Don't do that shit again. And he just kept going. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to ignore him. I saw someone else trying to interact with him, trying to fight back on him. I was like, look, just leave this dude alone. I was like, this man is hurt. He's hurting. He is off his medication. We got LA chilling with 499 says, sounds like Cyclops was cooking your wife's steak while he was falling out the jet. Hey. You ain't wrong. But no, I saw Rough Rider ask this earlier. It was called Firebirds. Yeah.
We got a 5 here from Chi-Town Day and the Night King saying, man, the Matrix really out here targeting motherfuckers just for living. # Carter and Mrs. Without Fear need a hug.
Damn. Speaking of needing a hug, you can have my fight stick because I think you had the same one I had.
See, I don't even want to do that. I appreciate it. I understand it, but I just want to kind of stew in being mad. Right
that's fine. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna send it to you anyway, but you are allowed to stew.
Yeah, shout out to Nuck Nuck with the 25 saying, Carter, dude, I just joined in. Your fight stick got stolen like the one I gifted you. Yeah, I literally just turned the live stream on. Well, I'm gonna tell you what was so fucked up about it. Nook Nook gifted me that arcade stick, and I should have did an unboxing for it because it was so low down what he did with the arcade stick. When Nook Nook sent me that arcade stick, when you opened it, he had some writing on it. I may have the live stream might still be up, but it was literally that goddamn 1999 jingle written down. So as soon as I opened the arcade stick, that's what I saw. But yeah, that's what they got.
I thought it was something special.
$2 here from Gokhan Shuri's baby's father saying, I'm sorry, Blerd, for asking this. How big was the fly on the You're a sicko.
It was like that big.
You got me fucked up. I'd have raised hell in there. Your wife is a better one than me. LJ Brown with the 199 pounds. Saying that's what Ernie gets for going to Ripper's Eatery.
Wait. Could you honestly don't give that motherfucker any ideas. Don't give Rip any ideas because you know he'll do that shit. He'll try and make up some the Rippaverse barbecue. Get the fuck out of my face. Ooh,
we got a $4.99 here from Big K Gaming HD saying your girl got more patience than mine because if she bit into that shrimp, all you hear is Seth Rollins' theme. She about to go on a rampage. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That second time she bit into that cold shrimp, burn it down. I
Oh
swear to
yeah.
God.
Yeah. That's all it would have. That's what it. Well, see, the thing is, I was trying to stop because I said, please don't do this in front of the baby.
But I will say, I think the one thing that I am taking from this is just that, like, it sucks, but I'm happy that I get to do this.
There you
every
go.
Saturday, because
There you go.
This is giving me life right now. I saw somebody in the chat. Do people call her Clandis Owens?
Yeah. Clandis. Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah. Clandis Owens. Yep, that's her. That is the young lady.
But
For those that don't, just real quick, I just want to point it out, just for those who don't know who I'm talking about. Like, if you somehow have made it your entire life without knowing who this dumbass,
oh boy,
likes to pretend she ain't black woman is. Let's see here. Do I have? Yeah, it should be up. Well, it would be up, but there you go. There's that.
I think everyone knows who she is, but I have never heard Clandis. That's a new one.
Yeah, this is this is her funky ass right here. That's her funky ass right there. Dry hair and everything, no edges. And I'm pretty sure she tries to lighten her skin, because I remember she used to be a little bit darker before she joined the Daily Wire. So, take that how you want to.
JBP called her Mandis Owens. And Nerd Large said he likes Kundis better.
Kundis? Hey, I like Kundis Owens better. And the thing is, don't fall for it, because I saw a lot of black people falling for it. Look, let that bitch have her nigga wake up call. Let her have her nigga wake up call like every other black person has to every once in a while. Because I saw some folks saying, she finally gonna go back to being black. No, she ain't. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for
Last
it.
thing I would say is y'all in the chat are some heathens, because now y'all saying Aunt Ruckus.
Aunt Ruckus, yeah. Actually, what was it? Because someone on Twitter, they basically said to me, they were like, oh, is she gonna be like on that one episode where Uncle Ruckus got the DNA test?
Oh, I meant to show you, because I don't know if you got it yet. Because I want to.
Oh, what's that?
I want to bring us back around.
Yeah.
So, I told you when I got back in the house, I saw that I had the comics that I had ordered. So, I now have all of Dark Knights of Steel.
Wait. Oh my God, hold on.
Did it do it?
It's doing dumb shit. I'm trying to get it to actually act right. Okay, it reconnected. Okay, cool. But no, let's get on our shit, 'cause we got plenty to talk about, and we haven't talked about any of it.
Did you ever?
Yes.
I don't know if you got yours. Did you get your Spidey?
No, I haven't bought it yet. I haven't bought it yet. Nah, I told you about what I had to do.
Yeah.
That's why. The government has my Spidey.
Oh, that boy. I
Yeah,
thought you were say that money went to Firebirds. I was like, oh yeah.
No. No, God, no.
Firebird should have got burnt down with fire.
No, fuck all that. But no, let's get to our first thing, and then we're gonna get to the rest of it. It was something we actually meant to talk about Thursday, but we just kind of went off on sidetracks. So, but for those who may or may not be aware, for whatever reason, if you've been living under a rock, one of the first things, and I promise you we'll get to X-Men 97 spoiler discussion here in a minute. But one of the things I kind of wanted to take a look at first, before we did that, is we had a trailer released. There was a trailer that dropped for the game that was originally actually, it had no title. It was just kind of a working title.
Yeah.
But it was basically Captain America, Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers. That's basically what the game was based on, and is still based on. But now the game has had a name change. It's they're switching it up to it being called Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
We know this is Marvel. I guarantee you they're gonna change that name again.
Well, I kind of, because there were some people that, kind of speculated as to why they even changed the name in the first place, because I felt like Captain America Cross Black Panther was more than enough. But apparently they just wanted to make sure people knew it was a Marvel game, which, I mean, I don't know how. I personally don't know how you see I don't know how you see something like this and not recognize that.
Yeah.
But here, let me do this real quick.
Where did they show this again? Was there some kind of game or?
I didn't mean for that heifer to be up.
That is nasty.
Yeah, hold on, let me do this real quick. Let me move her out the way while we do this, because apparently I don't have my stuff set up. There we go. Okay. There it is. But yeah, basically the long and short of it is I don't know why they're doing it the way that they are doing it. I don't know why they are trying to. I don't know if they're trying to obfuscate what this is about, or maybe they were worried people would be mad about who got top billing. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But what I can say is we finally know who all is involved with, at least as far as actor-wise, because that was kind of the thing. We saw, when they initially showed us the game, we didn't really know who was going to be who. We knew that Black Panther was going to be there. We knew that Captain America was going to be there. We knew that they were probably going to put some respect on one of the OG Howling Commandos, who I believe his name was Gabriel, I think. I might be wrong. And we were also going to be introduced to a Dora Milaje, a different take on the Dora Milaje, which actually, oddly enough, just came up. But all that aside, my excitement level for the game did not change. I just find it weird that we're doing the oh, hey, let's not fight over who gets top billing, because I did see there were some people that kept getting mad about that when the game was initially announced, and I thought it was incredibly strange.
I know some people didn't even realize that this was gonna be a video game.
Yeah, there were some people thought it was a movie or an animated something or other.
It's because of the you see the Sky Dance intro. So
yeah. It was because of this. Yeah.
Yeah, they just immediately assumed it was going to be a movie, because I think a lot of people forgot that this was a thing.
Yeah, this is Amy Hennig. This is Amy Hennig's game, who used to work at
you and I would know
Naughty
that.
Dog.
She used to work at Naughty Dog with Uncharted. She did Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
Yep.
You and I know that, but people that just go to see these at the movie theater or just watch them on Disney Plus, they're not gonna know how big of a deal that is. But originally, all we knew was Amy Hennig and EA is doing something original with Marvel stuff.
Correct.
So now that we got some eyes on it, I mean, I was shocked at how scarily close that Megalin's character model looks exact. It's
like
Deborah,
to her.
Deborah,
Yeah.
that is her. It's like, what's the woman? Is it Deborah Morgan?
It's about Deborah Wilson.
Deborah Wilson. That's
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, the most recent Star Wars. That is her.
Oh yeah, no, that's her face.
Exactly, that is her.
And that's 100%. And right here, that's Kari Payton. That's Cyborg like a motherfucker. That is Ezekiel like a motherfucker.
Okay. I never knew what he looked like.
Yeah. So Kari Payton, for those who don't know, he voices Cyborg in pretty much everything. Doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter if it was on a DC animated movie, if it's on Teen Titans Go, if it was on OG Teen Titans, whoever. That's Kari Payton. That dude is literally Cyborg at all times. But he also does a lot of other voice work as well. A lot of people don't even notice he's in the Mario movie. He was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was the Penguin, the Penguin King. But yeah, this dude has been out here like this for a while, and I'm really happy to see him getting the work on this. He's gonna be, and for those wondering, yeah, this is 1943, so he's not playing T'Challa, he's playing Azuri, T'Challa's grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, T'Challa's grandfather. But yeah, this whole thing is a throwback. It's a throwback to Captain America, Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers, which is a great storyline, and it basically just kind of chronicles the first encounter of Captain America with Wakanda, with a Black Panther in any capacity. Though I do have a lot of questions because, you know, this game seemingly takes place. It seemingly takes place in like a what's the best way to describe it? Looks like France. Looks like 1940s France. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive because just based on this right here. But I wonder if you'll see Wakanda at any point in this, because that would actually be pretty cold, in my opinion, considering that if this is adapting Flags of Our Fathers, there's a pretty good chunk of it that takes place in Wakanda. But no, I'm here for it. The game looks cool. I mean, we don't really get anything that's indicative of like gameplay. There's like a couple of spots where we see Azuri like take down some people, and I'm pretty sure that's a cutscene, but it seems like this is definitely gonna be like a third-person action game, if nothing else. And there will be of course, hey, I'm a superhero. Hey, you're a superhero. Let's beat each other's asses for a few minutes and waste time measuring each other's dicks while we let the bad guys get away. Before we actually go after the bad guys.
I was thinking that myself, and when I saw this particular part, I was just like, please let this just be at the beginning of the game. I don't want it to get all the way to the end, and we got to do this bullshit. Let's the game, dog.
Also, can I just say something? I really don't like how they made this dude look a little bit, which, to be fair, they are using the actor's face, you know, who's doing the voice, but I find it so scary they found a dude who looks damn near like Wyatt Russell. Look, this motherfucker here look like a whole U.S. agent.
Yeah, that's what people were saying in the chat.
Yeah, dude look like a whole U.S. agent out here. Was it Captain January 6 out here?
Let me ask you, with Flags of Our Fathers, was that T'Challa's grandfather as Black Panther in that story as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that they went that route to pull the grandfather out, because, you know, not a lot of people are gonna know who that is. I thought they may have even gone with like just being T'Challa's dad, and then maybe at the end we're gonna see T'Challa. Or something. I was really surprised that they went with the grandfather.
Yeah, no, same.
But if you're saying it's a story beat for Flags of Our Fathers, okay.
Yeah,
it makes sense then.
I might actually do a video for it. At some point, but because I love the story. It's great. I will say, I mean, you kind of have to just get over the fact that because it's not just Hydra they're fighting. I mean, they're fighting whole ass Nazis. Okay. Like, not just Hydra, they're fighting fucking Nazis. Yeah. So yeah, it is something. Real quick, I do want to show this. We got GoCon Sure His Baby's father with $5 says, please let me beat KKK in this game. Please, trust me. You ain't gonna get to beat the Klan, but you're gonna get to beat some skinheads and some Nazis. Not just Nazis, goose-stepping Nazis is what you're gonna get to.
There's only been one video game that I can actually think about now where you've actually been able to beat Klansmen, because I think you could do that in Mafia 3.
Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2. You can yeah. Right. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2, you can do it. I'm trying to think of any other games, because now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, why can't I?
Right?
Dude, why has nobody done this? Oh, dude, let me tell you something right now. Let me fuck around and get some money and be able to put together a game studio. First game I'm making is Black Panther versus the Klan.
Klansmen, like you've beaten racist people because, like, okay, Mafia 3 was Klansmen. You're saying Red Dead Redemption 2 was Klansmen. Freedom Cry, the Assassin's Creed 4.
Wolfenstein. DLC. I forgot about Wolfenstein.
Well, those were okay. Those are Nazis, but not from the.
They're goose stepping Nazis.
Oh no! I just meant from black perspective.
Like, got you. Oh yeah. Well, no, Sir G said, you know why? Because there would be a very specific group of people who would be very, very mad.
Yeah, Freedom Cry, they weren't Klansmen, but they were slave masters, and you were literally slaughtering them while they were selling black people at an auction. You just come down with the machete.
That should have been a whole game. That should have been a DLC. That should have been a whole game.
Yeah, but damn, that's only 2 games where you're black beating up clans.
Right?
I wish they had came out with that Django Zorro game. I feel like you probably would have did it on there.
Yeah, probably. But yeah,
2024, Ernie, look how old we are. It's only been 2 games that let you do that.
Which is sad to say in and of itself. But no, this game, it's going to be dropping supposedly in 2025. I don't know if that date is going to hold. But I mean, if it does, cool. And if not, well, okay. But yeah,
Can you not hear me as well? Because I see people, Bird Nerd in the chat is telling me to turn myself up. Can you all not hear me well?
I'm about to say, I hear you.
Okay.
I mean, here, wait. Hold on, let me check some. Just for my own. No. I was checking to make sure that I had you turned all the way up in, like, on my side. You are turned up all the way. Okay. I mean, I'll give you a little more volume just in case, but Xylu says they can hear you.
Okay.
But yeah, real quick, because I know I said we're gonna do the thing. Real quick, right. I do kind of want to share something. Because once again, I like to showcase the talent of the people who are part of our community.
Yeah.
It is something I like to do. It's something that I find very. It's something that I find very fun and fulfilling, and just makes me proud. So, real quick before we move on, because like I said, I know I've seen several people ask, "Oh, have they talked about it yet? Have they?" We're gonna talk about it. I promise. We're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna not talk about it. I would not make a thumbnail dedicated to one topic and not talk about the topic. I'm not that person. But real quick, here's what we're gonna do. This is, and actually, let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I am going to. I'm gonna play this, and we. Actually, I just thought about it. Yeah, this might go horribly wrong, but we're gonna try it anyway. Well, no, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just kind of make it smaller on the screen, because you know how YouTube can be sometimes.
Yeah. Like, even when you fade it or turn the volume down.
They still like, no, you did it. You played the thing.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, I can't. Actually, no. I know how we can do this. I know. I have a way for us. Well, I don't know if this will work, but yep. Screw it. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. We're just gonna do it. But I'm gonna play it kind of small, just so maybe, just maybe, YouTube will be kind. Also, you know what? Here, bam. You get to see it right here live on camera. Because I didn't do it before, and I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, what is this?
Okay.
I'm trying to read what this is.
Okay, so this is Don't Be This Guy. How to ID You're No Longer the Main Character, Part 1. So this is a video for Kamen Rider Build, which is actually one of my personal favorite Kamen Riders, by the way.
Okay.
Just FYI. And in this particular instance of Kamen Rider,
Yeah.
there's a character who basically shits on what was effectively supposed to be supposed to be a guy who you think is the main bad guy at first.
Okay.
A guy by the name of Night Rogue. He later becomes a Kamen Rider, or he actually becomes a proper Kamen Rider. But yeah, this guy ends up running afoul of the actual villain of the show. Guy by the name of Stalk. And he is a whole problem. So here, let's do this. You should be able to hear the audio when I start it.
Okay.
Wait, here. It would also help if I didn't do that.
Big moment in Tokusatsu villain history, or a lesson remembering your place. One of my favorite Kamen Rider Build, features Night Rogue, as we see here, facing down one Bloodstalk, one of the best to have ever done it. See, at this point in the story, Night Rogue thought he had it sweet, and now he's being put in his place. Between all his machinations, like last week's trash, bro.
So there you go. I'm gonna put a link to the video here in the chat for y'all. And please, if you enjoy, go subscribe. But that was from Kamen Rider Build. That's like objectively one of my favorite seasons of Kamen Rider. That is objectively one of my favorite seasons of Kamen Rider. Just straight up and down, full stop, no questions asked. And like I said, one of Blerd Koa's own, right here, putting out this level of quality content. There you go. Put it in there. Matter of fact, here. Let's oh wait, can I do it from here? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, and I'm also in agreement with Devontre. It is objectively probably my favorite season, period. Hands down. No questions asked. Straight up the best. Like it's right up there with Kamen Rider Gaim for me. Also, man, one of the few Kamen Rider seasons that can actually elicit real tears from my eyes. So there we go. Let's get into our thing, and that would be talking about the return. Talking about the return of X-Men, the animated series. We had the and you know what? I feel like it's only right that we start the conversation off this way. I feel like it is the best possible way to do this, so we're going to. And
previously on X-Men,
we are going to talk about them X-Men's. Mm-hmm. So they dropped what was effectively a 2-episode premiere, giving us about roughly a little over an hour's worth of story. And it was all good. I did my video for it. I talked about it. I mentioned how much I just loved it so much. And there are some things that I really wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about in my spoiler-free review, because obviously spoilers. So Carter, you said you finally got around to watching the episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
My man.
Yes,
my man. So this season, I just want to go first off, let's start at the top. Let's just start off at the very tippity top of the whole thing. Carter, that intro is back and badder than a motherfucker now. I just want to say, because the thing I really respected, the most, they actually put Bishop in the main title.
Oh, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? I'm here for Invincible chat. The name of this is literally X-Men 97 spoiler discussion.
Who said they were here for Invincible?
What? Now, maybe it's because I've had a rough couple of days, but what can you... Reading comprehension. You look like you're an older individual. What?
Wait, who? I don't even see it. Oh, wait, I see it now. Yeah. No. Well, why? I mean, don't get me wrong. Invincible's fine, but I just, yeah, I'm good. Anyway, this was something that I felt was very special because I was like, dude, look at him. Look at him. Look at Bishop. He looks great. Look at him. He's fantastic. Also, real quick, I do also want to point out another thing I was very happy to see about this show. That Bishop is a lot less angry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he didn't have the Killmonger.
Well, he doesn't have that either. It's no, he doesn't have that either. But no, I was just really happy that Bishop was not so fucking angry all the time. Like, cause I'm not gonna lie, the OG show, and you know, if you haven't watched it recently, I'd forgive you for not remembering it. But Bishop in the original show, that motherfucker was insufferable. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Even in the comics at the time, he was insufferable. Like, I just did not care for him very much. I was like, dude, why are you so mad all the time? Like, all the time, angry, always flying off the handle. Like, dude, I was like, do the white people writing this not know any black folks? Which is probably not an unfair statement to make. But I actually appreciate it. Bishop is there. We don't really know why he is still there, more or less. He's just kind of around. Though Beast did seem to be working on his time travel wrist gauntlet for one reason or another. I'm sure the reasonings for why Bishop is hanging around will be made clear, but I can just say he wasn't really hanging around, not to my recollection, at the end of the show previously. So, take that how you wanna. Take that how you wanna. The other thing,
I really need to go back and watch these episodes just because I will say that's the one thing I maybe should have done, but I did not do. I didn't go back and watch the older stuff to prepare myself. So you have a way better memory of how Bishop was on that cartoon than I do, because like we've had that discussion several times, just of what I remember from the OG to now. So just hearing that he was just this angry ass black dude all the time.
Right? Yeah. Like I said, he's gonna get his explanation. Like I said, I'm not expecting him to give the explanation like in the first 2 episodes. I just thought it was weird that no one even passingly mentioned why he was there. It was just kind of, but I also know the main reason why he's there is also because he was a regular cast member of the X-Men at the time of what they're adapting. So that just makes sense. That said, I mean, when he's there, he's doing what he does best. I mean, you know, he's absorbing people's shit and shooting it right back at him. I thought it was pretty cool. Also, kind of like the aspect that he wasn't constantly, you know, trying to kill Gambit or talking crazy to him. Every episode that he shows up and bumps into Gambit. I thought that was also showing some growth, so to speak. But the other thing I also kind of wanted to jump on is why people are so angry about Storm. This is kind of the main thing. And a lot of folks were telling on themselves. When this happened. Because I'm going to tell you what, you know how we talk about anime? We talk about death flags. We talk about how, oh, that's a death flag. This character about to die. Like, case in point, the anime Ninja Kamui, when old boy was hanging out with his kid, they had a whole montage where he was playing sports with his kid, hanging out with his wife. They talking about going on that trip together. They showing all these heartfelt moments. Like it was literally a litany of death flags in the span of 5 minutes that let you know his family was about to catch it. In the worst, like matter of fact, the more death flags, the worst it's gonna come. It's kind of like when it's like the old movies where the cop says, "Man, I'm about to retire in about 2 or 3 more days." Next scene. when a motherfucker talking about like, yeah, I'm finally, you know what? I'm finally gonna take that vacation I've always been wanting.
There's an old Simpsons clip I'm gonna show you. You remember how they had their fake Schwarzenegger character McBain?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He had his Murtaugh. He had his black dude. He was like he's about to retire tomorrow. Little Susie's going off to college, and he's finally got this boat he wanted. And then he had the boat was like, nothing is gonna. This is the greatest day. I think the boat's name was "This is the greatest day of my life."
Oh
and
yeah.
He had an anniversary cake that said, "I am the greatest ever." And then this random dude has a pizza box. He pulls a gun out of a pizza box or something like that, and then just unload.
Oh yeah. Well, no. What was it? Solo leveling. Remember, the dude's like, "Man, I got to get out of here. I have a family." He almost even. It's like, dude, you killed yourself because you said you had a family. Why would you say that on this damn show where they kill motherfuckers left and right? But no, the thing is, and I think what people need to really take stock of here is that Storm, in the first episode, gives you her death flag. And when I say death flag facetiously because it's not a death flag, but just like when she's talking with Jean about her powers and like whether or not when Jean asked her if she ever thought about being human or anything like that, and she's like, she's like, yeah, I've occasionally wondered what it's like to be human, and she's like, yeah, I've actually thought about it a few times, about what it's like, yeah, like, but I'm a mutant, yeah, and I'm proud of what I am, and whoop de woo, and not to mention that same scene that everybody keeps talking about where Cyclops said, hey, Storm, give us the forecast. And Storm comes down and is literally glassing the entire fucking desert. And the Sentinels are free. I'm like, oh my God, it's an Omega level mutant. They basically were setting you up to let you know Storm is the most powerful member among them. They're literally telling you this. This is storytelling 101. And and they're showing you her raw, unbridled power. So that way, when she loses the powers, it's gonna hurt more. And that's just the thing is, I think sometimes people forget that, yeah, while sometimes there can be some instances where characters are done a certain way and it's not okay because like it's usually because it's done poorly. But the thing is, if you don't add some level of adversity, then what's the point? If we always just see characters happy and succeeding and shitting on the bad guys, then that's just the cartoons of the 80s. And I don't want that. That's the comics of the 80s where the good guys never lose. That's bad. We also have to take into consideration something else. And I think this is something that a lot of people are not thinking about. And I forgive you if you're not familiar with the story arc. There's a story arc that actually spanned 4 years. Because I don't know if a lot of people remember this. In the comics, Storm lost her powers for 4 years. It was a story arc that they had called Life Death. And I guess I even told Carter this when, about a couple of weeks ago, they revealed the titles for all of the episodes this season. And when I looked at it, I saw there was an episode, actually it was 2 episodes. There was one episode titled Life Death, and then there was another episode There was another episode. It's titled something else / Life Death Part 2. And I was like, I knew from the word go what it was they were about to do. Now, for those that don't, and like I said, I forgive you if you don't remember the story, but for those who do not remember the life death story arc, it actually kind of spins out of oh god, what was it? It was Uncanny X-Men number 185 is what it was. But you know some of you may or may not remember the gun that Forge had created, the mutant power nullifier gun. It was basically a strap that could completely delete your mutant powers. Like, just full stop. It was what it was. You saw this, it was over. Matter of fact, they've been using it recently in the Krakoa stuff. That's how they got rid of Moira's powers in Inferno. So this, and then you get to that part here. Storm gets hit with the gun. She loses her powers, and she spends the next 4 years trying to get them back. Because a lot of people forget, like, it's funny how some of Storm's greatest moments come from this. Like, when everybody likes to always bring up how, oh yeah, y'all remember when Storm sunned Cyclops in the danger room for leadership of the X-Men? Which, granted, to be fair, that actually had about almost as much to do with Storm as it did Madeline Pryor. But the fact that she basically deboed leadership from Cyclops in the danger room, like that's one of Storm's greatest arcs. And the beauty of that arc was that she did it without powers. She didn't need powers to beat him. She did it just on, well, once again, a little bit of manipulation by Madeline Pryor, but also sheer and pure ingenuity. So the fact that I feel people are forgetting these things, we're conveniently forgetting these arcs and trying to pretend, like I've seen so many people say that, oh, no, this is character assassination. They're trying to make Storm look weak. And it's like, no, that's not the point. The point is that you give somebody something, and it was kind of like the same, it was kind of the same way that I said about what happened at the Hellfire Gala. And everybody was so mad. Oh, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do this to the X-Men. Oh my God, X-Men can't have shit. And it's like, that's the thing. This was something that was brewing for 4 years. From 2019 up to 2023. If you give somebody something, you have to take it away. They gave the X-Men everything, to the point that people were complaining. To the point people were complaining that the X-Men had it too easy. And then they took it away. And that was what I said at the very beginning. I said, dude, they're literally propping them up so high so that the fall hits that much harder. And it's media literacy that people need. But go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say that it's a lot of people. I don't want to say that it's people aren't remembering things at such. I feel like a lot of it is they didn't remember it because they never read it.
Okay, that's actually, you know what? Honestly, you're actually being way more brutally honest about it than I was even going to try to be. But you know what? Yeah, fuck it. They didn't read it. Let's go ahead and just say, y'all didn't read this shit. Don't sit here and lie to me and say you read it. You didn't read it. You didn't read it.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that's what it really is. It's just that, now you are gonna have people that are in the camp that you're referring to that just forgot that happened or didn't. Or you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take what you just said. They didn't think that was gonna happen because they didn't remember it. But you also have those people that didn't read it, that didn't know that happened. They're just watching X-Men 97 because they can somewhat, maybe a little bit, remember growing up watching that cartoon and wanting to see the continuation of it, and got to 2 episodes and Storm got wiped off the board. They don't know that Mr. Summers gonna get cleaned up later.
Right.
They don't
Well,
know
yeah.
about stuff taking 4 years like that. So I just think it's more ignorance on a lot of people's
Yeah.
parts. And I think before any of you all get offended or hurt that I'm saying ignorance, this is what I've always said about ignorance. Ignorance is very easy to fix. If I don't know something, I can tell you something. You have that information soaked up now.
Right.
You did not know these things. So I just think it was just a lot of ignorance from people that didn't know
Facts.
where this was gonna go, and especially people like you, because I didn't even know that the episodes leaked, or the episode titles leaked until you told me. So I'm like, okay, so this is what they're doing here. So I think that's a lot of what it is as well, because I think we got 2 episodes of, and that was the first time she just started like, you're about to catch it from the water and winds of Lake Minnetonka. I felt like I was watching the goddamn cartoon again.
Dude, when she first, she's just so, I storm mistress. Like, I know she said mistress with the hard M too. She was like, mistress of the elements. I was like, God damn, she still got it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely still got it. But to experience that with the ignorance of not knowing what was going to happen that happened comic wise. So to experience that, to have all of those memories coming back into your head, and then you get shot in the back, but the wound is in the chest.
I mean, hey, look, I'm just saying. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Chekhov's gun, it's a thing. And I tell you, if you're a person who is an aspiring storyteller, please look up Chekhov's gun, because I've seen a lot of storytellers in more modern comics who don't know what that is. Chekhov's gun, basically, it's a simple premise. If you show a gun hanging on the wall in Act 1, that gun needs to be fired by Act 3. If you, when they started House of X, they showed you Orcus. Orcus was Chekhov's gun. In this, they gave you Chekhov's gun by having Jean ask Storm whether or not she ever cared about being human. That was Chekhov's gun. And oddly enough, it happens in the first act of that episode, and by the third act of the same episode, Storm does not have powers anymore. But the thing is, she's going to get them back. She gets them back. And here's the best part. I don't even think it's going to take 2 seasons or 4 seasons to get it. Because here's the thing. Back in the day, so here's what people don't remember about Life Death. That was a single issue that came out every year. And it wasn't like, it'd be like a issue whatever of Uncanny X-Men this, and it would be like Life Death Part 1. Then the next year, random issue of Uncanny X-Men, Life Death Part 2. Then the year after that, another random ass issue, Life Death Part 3. Then another random, it was something that took a while. Like, it wasn't something that just came back like that. But they're gonna do it way faster because they're doing it in an animated format. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I'm perfectly happy with this. I don't know if we're gonna be doing that Stormcaster shit. I wouldn't hold my breath. I think they're gonna. We don't know what all they have access to. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can do whatever they want. But I mean, they're gonna tell their story first, and that's kind of something that it's a common ism that, especially the more I've been talking to creatives in the industry, when asking them questions about, oh, are you gonna include this? Are you gonna include this? Like this fill in the blank random thing that actually doesn't have anything really to do with the main thing, but just kind of is in the same umbrella or under the same umbrella as the same thing. The most common answer is usually no. So probably not. Like, will they make some? They maybe. I mean, if they did, I mean, I would be upset about it. But I'm not looking for that. Can
I talk about one thing that?
Go ahead, shoot.
I really, really want to see done in the comics now that this cartoon did, and it pertains to Cyclops. I have never seen that I can remember. I've never seen an issue of any X-Men run that Scott Summers has been in where he's using the optic blast
to slide. Yeah.
That slide was so fucking smooth. And
Oh yeah, no, it
him
was.
using it to basically parachute himself and land on the ground shield with the superhero landing. So him using it for movement, I thought was really, really dope. And there was a one of the animators is on Twitter right now, and apparently he's a fighting game fan because originally he had him doing a lot of his Marvel vs. Capcom moves.
Yeah.
But then those got taken out to do other things. If I find those tweets, I will post them for you all to see in the Discord or on Twitter or something. But I thought that was really cool as well. They had animators who were trying certain things. But
yeah.
I want to see that in the comics now for sure, because I know in the Krakoa stuff he's been bouncing it and flicking it off of different things like that. But just
he's even used it to vaporize shit. he's actually proven he could do more than just punch.
I wish
with him.
that they would let him do that more. Now that you brought that up, the only time I remember seeing that was actually in Schism when he was fighting Wolverine. He melted Wolverine's hand off.
Yeah,
all you saw was the adamantium skeleton. So I like when they, and that's the one thing.
And I think he did something similar in Avengers versus X-Men, didn't he? He did something similar.
I can't remember.
I remember him I remember at one point him and Wolverine bumping each other, and the next day I remember Wolverine was just laying on the ground, burnt.
That's the one thing I really hope that the artists and the creative teams on these X books, especially with Jed McKay doing X-Men right now, kind of get some hints from this, and let's do some cool shit like this with Cyclops. I thought that was really, really dope.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I liked it. I liked it because I can't tell you how many times if you bring up Cyclops on Twitter, so many people come out the woodwork talking about how much they can't stand Cyclops. They hate Cyclops. They think Cyclops is the worst X-Man ever. And I was like, dude, Cyclops is a cool character. And when I see people talking shit about Cyclops, you know what it tells me? It tells me you didn't read the comics. You watched the cartoon. Because Cyclops is a much more interesting character than I think people give him credit for in the comics versus the cartoon. Because the animated series, and here, let's make it very clear here. And I'm actually glad I have this image up right here, right now. When you have a team that has characters like Wolverine, Storm, Gambit, Colossus, Nightcrawler, all these characters that are so charismatic and just so fun and cool looking and have cool, crazy powers, Cyclops is probably not going to look like the most interesting guy. And honestly, the leader doesn't have to be the most interesting guy. That's kind of the point of being the leader. It's kind of like, what was it, of all places, Cleveland Show probably said this the best. You can't have a team full of Han Solos. You can't just have a whole team where everybody on the motherfucker is Wolverine, because then you have no leader.
Shout out to Blerd Radio. He said it's his Conan O'Brien haircut.
I mean, that probably doesn't help it either. But the thing is, Cyclops was about that life. But people tend to forget because they're so used to seeing him being portrayed in the animated series as a stuffy character. And it's like, yeah, when you got him standing next to Wolverine, of course he's going to look boring. Of course, because Wolverine's the guy that's supposed to be the rebel without a cause. Yeah, that was like the thing. Like, that was a thing back then. You always had on, just about any cartoon or TV show, whatever, you always had the guy who was, quotey fingers, the straight man, the guy who doesn't really joke very much, the guy who's straightforward. He is, by all intents and purposes, he's the guy who is serious as a heart attack. And then you have the other guy who is either B, the funny man, or don't give a fuck. And that's kind of what that was. You had Cyclops, the straight man, Wolverine, the don't give a fuck guy.
Yeah. And it wasn't until the Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon to where that Cyclops had a little bit of an edge to him.
Yeah. But they still, they played him up as emo more than anything else.
Yeah.
But that was still better. That was still yeah.
That was my point. Yeah.
It's and this is actually this was a gift. This was a gift to me because that was one of the things I asked for. I was like, I want to see Cyclops done better. And in the first episode alone, they were like, by the way, we apologize for that egregious amount of Cyclops slander we did in the original show. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that they hated Cyclops. I would have thought they were like, yeah, fuck Cyclops. Because they did him dirty.
But I see something in the chat here. Krakoan era made Cyclops a cuck, though. No, it didn't. I don't think you know what the definition of a cuck is.
Wait. Because he's sharing gene with Wolverine? Like they're in a polyamorous relationship?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. But then at the same time, you got to remember, Cyclops was still knocking off Emma Frost. They all knew this, but it was more so don't do it in my face.
Yeah.
And even Jean and Emma had conversations because they knew what time it was. I think you just saying some shit because you don't like Cyclops.
First off, dude.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway. I mean, he wasn't really, and I don't think he was scaring teammates away either. I think, here's the thing. It wasn't so much that. It was the fact that you got to look at what he is. You got to look at what Cyclops is. He's the leader. He's the guy who has to make the tough calls because no one else is going to make them. Even Wolverine has said it himself that Cyclops is the guy you want on your side who's going to make the tough decisions, and he's going to live with those tough decisions because he knows he has to. And Cyclops isn't going to ask anyone to do something that he wouldn't do for himself. Like, it just is what it is. Like, Cyclops would literally lay himself down in front of the train, for the cause. That's just what he would do. And not a lot of people could take that. And we also got to remember, child soldiers. That's what the X-Men are. They're child soldiers. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. So, yeah, I mean...
Since that was actually a really nice segue to what I was going to ask you.
Go ahead, shoot.
Since you brought up child soldiers.
Yes, sir.
That was... And I was talking about Schism previously because that's how Wolverine and Cyclops split the X-Men because Wolverine didn't want the child soldiers and Cyclops was like, no, big time, this is war. You take everything you can have.
Right.
How did you feel about Wolverine in this? Because one thing I needed you to give me a refresher on was this is a new voice actor for him?
No,
right?
Same voice actor. This is original voice. That's Cal Dodd. He's older. Dude's like 60
okay.
Or 70-something years old now.
Okay, because that's another person then that didn't skip a beat. I couldn't remember who you told me was from the original, but is doing a different character.
So, Storm, Rogue, Wolverine, Beast. And I think Gambit. I think those are all the original actors.
Got you.
And I want to say I'm not 100% on this. I'm not so don't quote me just yet. But I want to say I think the guy that's doing Magneto is the original as well.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm like I said, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on that, but that's my guess. It might be somebody new though. It might be somebody new. So don't blame me if I'm wrong. I know Cyclops is new because Magneto is new. And let's see here.
Cyclops abandoned his clone wife.
Actually, no. Gambit is new as well. So yeah, Gambit and Magneto, they're relatively close too on theirs. But yeah, Cyclops, his voice actor passed away, so they're obviously new actor there.
I do remember. Yes.
Yeah. Which Dr. Sun, you ain't shit. Dark Side. Look, wait a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I realized it when you pointed it out to me. Yeah, every time I saw that motherfucker. I saw that motherfucker.
I just caught it. I just caught the reference now.
Every time. I'm just like, every time I see that motherfucker now, I'm like, yeah, it's granted goodness like a motherfucker. You can't look, wait a minute. Don't sit here. Look, if I put this picture up and didn't tell you it was X-Men 97, Magneto, if I didn't tell you it wasn't him, would you believe it? Like, if I just said, yeah, man, look, man, this is a badass image from X-Men 97, you'd have been like, oh, yeah, dude, that Magneto, man. That's Magneto right there. 100%. I don't know why he got green on his chest, but I mean, yeah, no, that's him. That's him.
Let's talk about Morph.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about Morph.
So, I got to be honest.
Go ahead, shoot. Let's talk about Morph.
Don't y'all laugh at that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, laugh. Laugh, goddammit. Laugh!
So here's what I'll say.
Go ahead, shoot.
They did Morph kind of how I thought they would, where it was kind of we don't have any space for this character on the cast, but we still want to be able to use something. Just make Morphin do.
Yeah.
But here's my one thing with Morph. There were several instances where he was running off at the mouth where I just wanted somebody to punch him in his shit.
Why?
Like it was because you could tell that they're all friends and they all love each other dearly. But like case in point, when he made that comment to Wolverine, basically throwing shade at the fact that you can't be in there when they got that baby because they got the perfect life and you got to stand here on the outskirts. I punched him in his shit. He wasn't wrong.
No, he was not.
Like, bruh, like there's some shit that could be left unsaid sometimes. Wolverine probably already feeling like that. He already knows this. But to have this motherfucker just next to you, hey, you know that's they all in, right? You know you can't do nothing right big time. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Wolverine is totally in the wrong. So it's like, dude, you sitting here trying to break up a happy home. Look. By the way, man, look, it ain't like they ain't other redheads out there, man. You can go find you a redhead.
Anarchy Hamster hit it. Morph is a catty bitch, and I loved it. Like he.
Oh yeah, he's messy.
Okay, there you go.
He's messy.
He always had some slick shit to say. Where it was like, okay, bro. Like, I just wanted one person.
And no, at Berg Time. Berg Time just said Morph is the only one that can really call Logan on his shit. Because anybody else, he gonna try and fuck him up. But you know he can't. Well, for one, he loves Morph, so he ain't gonna fuck him up. Also, I don't think he could if he wanted to. Because that's something, here's something I love about Morph in this one. So I know a lot of people were angry that Morph is different now. He's not the same character you remember. He has a gray head now, which I don't know why people...
He's a fucking troll. That's what you got. He's a troll.
He's a troll. Yeah, no, he's 100% a troll. But you know what? He's also, because I've seen the actor who plays Morph, and the actor is kind of the same way in real life. So...
Somebody in the chat was just, I imagine what he'll tell Gambit if he find out about Magnus and Rowe.
Oh, you know he gonna turn into Magneto and start fucking with him. You know he gonna turn it. Well, okay, here's the thing I like about, this is what I like about what they've done with Morph, because here's the thing I think people don't know about Morph as a character. In the original animated series, Morph, his power was not as strong as what it is here. This is a Morph who is more leveled up in the new X-Men 97 series. So, for those who don't know, and I forgive you if you don't, because honestly, I don't expect a lot of people to. Morph was such a throwaway character. In the comics, most folks don't even know that he died in the original comics. Matter of fact, when Xavier was killed off, early on in the I think those might even have been before they were calling it Uncanny X-Men. Morph was masquerading as Charles Xavier. So when Xavier got clapped, it wasn't Xavier. It was Morph looking like him, because Morph had cancer or something along those lines at the time. And basically he just kind of stood in for Charles. But he wasn't even called Morph back then, really. I think his name was Changeling.
A lot of y'all asses don't even know who Morph is until y'all played Marvel Snap.
I was gonna say that too. Well, so the thing about Morph, and here I'm gonna pull this up because I want y'all to see I want y'all to kind of see what I'm talking about here. In the original comics, let me see if I can find a good shot. Yeah, here's a good shot of him. This'll show some motherfuckers that they don't know what to look for. This was Morph in the original comics with the purple helmet on and the pistol, right? He was like Baby Galactus. He was Baby Galactus basically. That was Morph back when he was called Changeling. Yeah, right here it says, "Have a care, sire. No man or mutant calls the Changeling a fool."
So he was Jocko?
Basically. Basically.
Shout out to all my Dragon Ball fans. He was Jocko. Okay.
Yeah. That was basically him. But here, so what they did with the when they made the animated series, because no one really knew who the fuck Morph was, they leveled him up and gave him more of a power boost. Not even a power boost, but just kind of gave him a different arc. He still dies, but not the same way. And then when Age of Apocalypse came along, that was when you started getting a Morph that was more like the Morph that we have now. Like here, I'm gonna zoom this in right here. Bam. That's Morph right there behind Sabretooth. Talking shit, being funny, messing with Sabretooth. Basically doing what he's doing on the show. Like right here, he is literally fucking with Sabretooth. A guy who could probably kill him. And if I'm not mistaken, here, let me pull this up too. Because Morph, right here, bam. That's Morph. The big ass whale, that's Morph right there. He transformed into a whale, and all the X-Men's is hiding in his mouth, and he opens his mouth, all the X-Men come out and jack everybody up. That's just what he does. Like, Morph is such a force of nature. Like, I wonder if they're gonna allow him to do some of the stuff that he can do in this is what he does there. Cause like basically Morph, he's almost, and I don't know, like he is a tricky one just by virtue of the fact that in the original, the way he was originally done, he could shapeshift, but he couldn't really mimic people's powers per se, not on any like major level. But like here, clearly he's able to mimic powers, but only if they're physical ones, which is more in line with his Age of Apocalypse version. And that's all. And he's also very malleable, so that's also kind of why he's able to survive some of the hits he takes in this.
Comment. I knew that comment was coming. That somebody was going to say that Morph is basically Beast Boy.
Yeah.
I knew that comment was coming. Yep.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, even down to the fact that their names both used to be the same. Because a lot of people forget, Beast Boy used to be called Changeling too. So yeah, Morph is he's a super shapeshifter in a constant state of flux. He is Marvel's comics plot. Yeah, basically. Actually, I would even go as far as to say, well, not the Age of Apocalypse version, but the Exiles version of Morph was practically the fucking Mask. Because dude was constantly changing into all kinds of random shit. Like every panel you saw Morph, he was something different. And the thing is, I like it. And that's why, like, I don't care if he has a gray head, because honestly, it makes sense. It makes sense for him as a character. And that's kind of how I grew to recognize him in the comics around Age of Apocalypse. It's to the point that it's the more popular look for him. I know there were a lot of people who were butthurt about that, but I mean, it is what it is. Speaking of things people were butthurt about, Carter, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you about Shirtgate. I want to ask you about Shirtgate because that is a thing. That is the shirt that Gambit was wearing while he was making his bayonets. People were really upset about this. They were upset about the cutoff shirt. They were really upset about it, which is funny because like a lot of people were like trying to clown it. They're like, "Oh man, this man makes him look gay." Here's a funny thing about fashion, and I actually was talking to somebody about this on Twitter. The fashion of yesteryear by today's standards is always referred to as gay, and I find it very interesting considering that back when those fashions were in style, tons of straight people were rocking them. That was just a look. Like, that was the thing. If you were in a rock band back in that time frame, that was the look.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take any kind of offense or felt some type of way about it. Plus,
I knew dudes who rock that shit.
Okay. The fucking Dave Chappelle Prince skit. Charlie Murphy literally talked about how back in the day, the guy who dressed more, he said dressed more like a bitch, got the most women.
Yeah. That was a thing.
Like all the Freddie Mercury and rock band white boys, like that's normal back then in that time period. So I wasn't fucked up about this. That was literally the first thing that came into my head was the dudes who look more like girls got the girls from the Charlie Murphy stuff. That was the first thing I literally popped into my head. Like,
I'm about to say, what was it? David Big Lad. He just said it because I was actually gonna bring it up. Fresh Prince, Will Smith, he used to rock shit like this on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Carl Weathers in Rocky, he rocked shit like this back then. Tons of characters used to wear shit like this. It was like, honestly, it was the most normal thing you could do. It was the most normal shirt you could fucking wear. Like, it was not out of the, like, and I know some people say, oh, well, no, it was if it's X-Men 97, why were people still wearing that? No one was wearing this back then. It's like, no, they were. I was like, yes, they were. People were still, just because you didn't see it don't mean it didn't happen.
Brace yourself.
What?
Okay. A crop top shirt is gay, but sagging hella hard, isn't it? Okay.
Right? Bruh, first off, and here's the thing, sagging has only gotten worse with time. I remember one day I was in a bathroom, in a public bathroom, and you're at the urinal, and this dude walks up, is at the urinal by me. And, normally I don't look in the other direction, but I just saw this dude pull his shirt up and just start peeing. He didn't he didn't open no pants. He just pulled his shirt up and just started peeing. And I was just like, bruh. I was like, y'all sagging that hard to where the shit, like, motherfuckers sag so hard nowadays that they pants are literally right around their kneecaps. But no, a cutoff shirt is totally fucking gay. Okay, all right.
So two things. One, I was a black guy in Memphis in the 90s. That definitely wasn't the style in Orange Mound, Hickory Hill, and Raleigh. Stop. So you
first off,
but second comment.
Yeah.
Those were the 80s, early 90s. It was not 97 fashion, so that's not true.
It is true. People still wore it. I think people think because the grunge era happened that people stopped wearing that shit. People did. People still wore it. I knew people who did. Was it starting to go out of style? Sure. But it still fucking happened. I mean, and you also got to think about who you surrounded yourself. Who do you surround yourself with? If you surrounded, like, but here, just the same, you probably also surround yourself with a bunch of motherfuckers who had their pants around their ankles. So, yeah, hey, you do that. Take that how you want them.
All I can speak for is for me. And when I saw that, I just thought about the little rocking Freddie Mercury, Prince, and all that shit. So I
was like, nobody cares. Well, I mean, the only people who care are the people who are
Mr. T, Somebody brought up Apollo Creed in the chat. I remember, like,
I was gonna say Carl Weathers,
shit, jacked, cutoff shirt. Somebody else said Main Event Jay wearing cutoff shirts every Monday night. Y'all ain't seen it.
Oh, shit! I'll throw you one better. Y'all remember? Wait, man. David Peppo's out here hooking your boy up with them sweet drops. Hold on, wait a minute. I got something for you. I got some heat right here.
Okay.
So right here. This last one's kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Even though the last one's Photoshop, but I'm gonna share it anyway. So right here. Here, hold up. Hold up, right here. There's Forge in a cutoff. This was from the 90s. Here, let's see. I got another one here. Here's another one. Bam.
Pepper just sending you shit to just start.
Nah, he put it on Twitter. But here's the last one. Here's the last one that this isn't from the 90s, but I thought it was funny. Here. Hail Hydra, bitches. But no, the reason why I brought it up is because here, I actually have my tweet right here talking about it. Booyah, right here. So this was the thing. Wild Stallions. Bill.
Oh shit, Bill and Ted.
Yeah, look what Bill's rocking. Huh. Interesting. Also, right here. Booyah. Interesting. Oh, what's this down here? Is that? Wait a minute. Wait. No.
Jack.
Yeah, is that Captain Jack Sparrow with a cutoff jersey? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. But hey, whatever.
And like literally everybody in the chat is talking about. Shout out to my boy Posheeb. He's saying a lot of athletes wear cutoff shirts. Like still.
Yeah. I'm about to say no. They still do. Here's the thing about cutoffs.
Man.
Do you see people go like nowadays? Do you see people out walking around wearing cutoff shit? Not all the time, but do you see people wearing cutoff shit when they're like exercising or just hanging out around the house? Yes. And guess what Gambit was doing at the time that he was wearing that shirt? Hanging out in the goddamn house. God damn, y'all, I swear, man, the ignorance is wild. Also, I don't like people using gay as a pejorative, so I would ask you to refrain. But anyway, you could die mad about it. If you're okay with sagging, then you could be okay with motherfucker showing his stomach. They were wearing, and here, just to show a finer point, and just answers, yes, they were wearing them in the 70s too, and the 80s, and the 90s, and believe it or not, people still wear that shit today. They just don't wear it out in like social settings very often, but in the house, yeah, they do. To go back a little bit though, because speaking of super chats, I missed some from earlier. Here, we're gonna go to that. Let's pull up our some super chats we had earlier that I want to make sure we don't forget about.
Okay, while you're looking those up, I just want to.
Oh, I got them right here. Go ahead.
Oh, but Trimble Dust is saying, why is this a discussion? Like characters and people don't wear shit in the crib. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like you just said.
Yeah.
David was in the house. Y'all act like motherfuckers don't wear certain shit. Now there are all those
minding his own
goofies.
business, no less.
Yeah, now there are all those goofies. Like I've seen several men and women that's at Walmart and shit like that with the pajama bottoms and the house shoes, the whole thing. But dog, you at the house. You ever the fuck you want at the house? Come on, man.
Yeah. Also, okay, I'm gonna read this, but I don't think the person that sent this knows 100% what they're talking about, but we're just gonna go with it anyway. This is actually from back earlier. This shows how much we missed. But CT Cook with the $5 super chat says game looks pretty underworld. Talk about the Marvel Rising 1943 whatever game. Says game looks pretty underwhelming so far. Wish it was more comic based. Okay, first off, that's a dumb statement because it is. Would have loved if it was an Invaders game. Well, too bad. If you want that, you might want to write your congressman. We got LL Melvin L with the $5. It says, and actually, this is actually just shows you how far we've come. They say 370 plus. Actually, at this present time, we have 452. But that's another story altogether. Actually, you know what? I think I can show some of these because, we can do it this way. Booyah, look at that. Look at God. But yeah, they said 370 plus people here. You better get those likes up before I got my Pop's thick belt. Look, hey, don't. You have to snap the belt too when you do. You gotta when you do it. But yeah, we got 400 and we had 452. It's like it dropped 'cause I think they realized what I was about to ask them for. Drop that like, drop that young like, please. We have 461 in here. And at this present time, I'm gonna show y'all how the sausage is made right here. But we got 265 likes. I don't know what's going on, but the math ain't mathin'. So yeah, go ahead and hit that button. We also got JD says new voice actor for Psych was great. Storm actor hadn't missed a beat. And say what you want about Bo DeMayo, that man wrote the hell out of Magneto. Here's the thing. That was the other thing I think I said in my video for this was that I don't know the reasonings behind why Bo DeMayo was fired. But man, that man wrote the fuck out of the first 2 episodes. And I'm pretty sure if the rest of the remaining 8 episodes are even as good as the first 2, then yeah, they might want to call that motherfucker back. I don't want to look. It like I said, like I told people before, if he did something fucked up, then yeah, get his ass on up out of here. But if y'all fired him over some bullshit, to quote RDC World, if I was Kevin Feige, that's what I would be saying. I'd be like, look, I know he's problematic. I'ma use him. I'm just saying. But let's see here. Tubes1 says, we talked about fighting Nazis Klansmen earlier. Does this mean the Von Strucker twins are going to show up and get their fades run by a storm with no powers? So I don't know if we're going to see Hydra proper in this. I mean, we've got the Executioner. Or the Executioner. Because there's no E. There's no E. There's this Executioner. But yeah, no, I don't know if we'll see anything like that. I would like to see it. If it's going to be a thing, I would love it. Coburg with the 499 says Walking Dead did death flags all the time. Love you guys. Just spent 250 on comics. Thanks, blessed. Oh, I think he meant Blerd. Thanks, Blerd and Carter. Man, dude, 250 on comics, bro. What the fuck did you buy? Good Lord.
He's telling us that because he may have been one of those ones that started using in stock.
Oh yeah, I bet you did. Look, like, hey, what was it called? Red sales, the red sale category.
Oh, that red thing, yeah. Shout out to Poshi because he put me on game when I started looking at the other areas on that site. That is, man, that Sandman Overture Absolute is still in there.
Oh yeah. And we got Poetry Media with $2 says new voice actor for Cyclops is on point. Honestly, had I not remembered that he had passed away, I honestly thought it was the same dude. There were a few times I was like, damn, I said, this dude's voice still sounds good. And like, it almost sounds like it sounds like he didn't age a day. And I was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, he passed away. Shit. And it said, $5 says, hey, Carter, do you think that could have been Sinister's influence on Morph in that scene as well? Talk about how messy Morph is acting as of late.
Like trying to kind of have his fingers just plotting and shit. I mean, who knows?
Well, we know we're going to see Sinister. Sinister's going to show up this season. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time.
So Yuri G said that man bought every recommendation y'all gave us.
Damn.
He spent the
He's like, look, I got to get caught up. We also got $5 from Witch Doctor Son says, Rogue telling Gambit, sorry, sugar, but Magneto is the only one who grabbed my beignets. Okay, actually, I want to talk about that just real quick, real briefly, because I know a lot of people were actually kind of thrown by this. They, basically let it be known that, so there's thunder in paradise right now, because, of course, Rogue is going through her thing where, she's kind of, she's in her feelings because, she can't touch anybody, and lo and behold, the only person that she can touch just so happens to be Magneto. And her and Magneto Got a little some going on.
Yeah. And just FYI for everybody, the reason that is the case, it was explained in the comics, is because it's because of Magneto. He's basically able to do this electromagnetic comic book mutant thing to where he's touching her. He's touching her, but not touching her.
Right.
That's
like, it's
how
not
that
like
makes sense.
actual skin contact.
Yeah, so that's how he's able to do that. But she's probably remembering yesteryear when she had the yams and all it took was one gravity squeeze from Magnus, and that ain't back there no more. So she remembering the good old days. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's why she don't want to talk about it, because she remembers the yams that were there. She don't want,
Right.
she don't want Gambit to find out about it. Now Gambit finna start looking though when he saw her come out that room. So
Oh, yeah, no, dude. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I felt so bad for Gambit in that episode. I was like, damn.
what you think he heard in there? Ronald Isley or Charlie Wilson?
Nah, he heard some Charlie Wilson in there. Look. Meanwhile, Rogue out here doing her best Bobby Womack impersonation, talking about, I wish you wouldn't trust me so much.
I didn't even think about that. That is nasty. Somebody said, what if the Rogue that visited Magneto was actually Morph? That would be so nasty.
Oh,
That would be so low down.
That is dirty as fuck, man. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all really ain't shit. But no, we also got Bone Factory with $2 says more smartass ain't sensitive enough for 9/11. Nah, he really ain't. He really ain't. We also got Art Lives Forever. Ooh, says much love to both of you. My wife and I are huge fans of the show. Holla at your man when you have bandwidth for the Forsaken of Baltimore content. We'll do. Also, thank you for that 1999 super chat. Says I think we actually I think we may or may not follow each other on Twitter, probably, or maybe I'll hit you up. We also got Wraith X7. Says dudes were rocking. Actually, no, that was the one we actually got. No, never mind. We got that one already. It is the next crop that I got to get, which I got them right here. I had to refresh. Apologies. We've also got. Let's see, where to go. Yeah, here it is. So we got Tubes one with the $5. Says Gambit's only mistake was not wearing an apron. You know that grease was popping Gambit in the stomach while using that fryer. Dude, look. Look, got look, was fucking his ass up. And then Bird Nerd with the $4.99 says, is DeMaio Hoxpox all over again? Are we going to lose another great creator to die on the to die on the wayside? Also, not condoning anything he's done. No, like I said, same thing. I don't condone any of his actions, anything that he did that was responsible for him. Like I said, if he did something problematic, if he hurt somebody, did something fucked up, I say by all means. In my best Vince McMahon impersonation, fire his ass. Do it. Fire. Get him up out of here. Call security. But no. But if it was like over some dumbass shit, man, get that motherfucker his job back so he can get back on writing these goddamn. Honestly, you know what? I'm actually curious because I feel like we'll probably learn what it was closer to the time this show is over, because if this show it just continues to be as A1 on point as it has been, I promise you, Marvel will probably pull a James Gunn. Remember how they did James Gunn, fired him, and then brought his ass back? I wouldn't be shocked if we saw something like that. But no, but getting back to it, we've also got Big K Gaming here with the $4.99 says no power Storm be like, I am Storm, mistress of these hands, try me, bitch. Here's the thing, a lot of people forget, some of Storm's greatest accomplishments happened during the time she had no powers whatsoever. Was leading the X-Men like a motherfucker, no powers. So yeah, people need to put some respect. No, it was not because of OnlyFans. It had nothing to do with OnlyFans. So some people kind of threw that narrative out there because like it was hot. But no, that was not the case. LP3 with the $5 says, those first 2 episodes were excellent. I've got no complaints. Love that Scott is getting respect on his name. Same. Hard same. I will say, let's get to some of the other stuff, though, that I wanted to talk about with this. And it's that one of the big things, and actually I'm kind of glad that people are reading into this the way that they are, but at the end of the episode, we got a shocker. We got a shocker that had everybody in the mansion looking like this. The reveal that there was another Jean Grey, while we have another Jean Grey in the background.
I told you, and I think that's where more of that rage comes from. We done lost our sister just to get another ginger on the set.
I
That's where the
mean,
rage comes from.
probably, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. So a lot of people were asking questions online. A lot of people were freaking out, like, "Oh my God, who is this? Who is this?" Well, first off, I think it's safe to say that we have, and I talked about this before, so it's not news. It's not news in the strictest sense, but we know that they are adapting the Inferno story arc this season. That's not news. So as you'd probably imagine, yeah, we're gonna be seeing Madeline Pryor this season, and that's kind of been the thing people have been talking about. They've been talking about how, like, oh my God, yeah, Madeline Pryor, she's gonna be on the show. Yeah, she's gonna be on the show because we had the toy leaks of Madeline Pryor on for X-Men 97, which what was up?
That's how we get got every freaking time. Any subject that we talk about, it ain't ever solicits, it ain't ever tweets.
It's toys.
It's toys and fucking Legos and pop vinyl.
Yep.
Every
Funko.
time.
Fucking Funko Pops got us. And I remember when these came out, people thought they were fake, but it's like, no, they were real. They were very fucking real. They were very fucking real. This figure is real. And the fact that they have the baby with her, I think it says a lot, because here's the thing. In the original comic story, Madeline Pryor is the one who gives birth to Cable. She gives birth to Cable right in the in the mansion kitchen. In the mansion kitchen, right on the mansion kitchen floor, she gives birth to Cable. As a matter of fact, yeah, right here, bam, like there she is, right there, giving the birth.
I like that way better than Wolverine ragdolling this pregnant woman in that damn car.
Yeah,
I was cringing and felt so bad for her.
Oh,
with
you
all
do.
that swerving and shit he was doing, and then they showed that she is ragdoll like this fucking hell divers hitting the doors and shit. Y'all could have just let her have it at the house. Y'all could have just did this. Here.
I don't know. Look, like, yeah, it was kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of nasty. I'm not gonna hold you. But no, this was something I thought was really interesting, because yeah, that was kind of what the discourse kind of started, with this. It was, people are like, oh my God, so wait, is the woman who I thought I still had it up, here it is, yeah, is the woman that showed up, is that Madeline Pryor? Is this Maddie right here? And I actually kind of appreciated that people actually use some damn sense, because I don't think that's Madeline Pryor.
No.
I think that's fucking Jean.
Yeah, I had to tell several people that Madeline Pryor was who had Nathan.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jean.
No. Now, I will say this. This bitch right here is very clearly Madeline Pryor, most likely. Now, if it is not, if they do, for whatever reason, flip it, and it turns out that she is actually the real Jean Grey and the woman that showed up is a fake, then that could mean a couple things. Basically, what we're looking at here is a change in story arc. Because if the Jean who gave birth in that episode, in that second episode, if she is the real Jean Grey, then that is not Cable. And I think that's less likely because we know Cable shows up this season. Like actual full-grown Cable.
I don't want to see X-Man on here, dog.
Okay, so see, you now see where you see where I'm going with this then. So basically, yeah, Carter knows where I'm going with this. A lot of y'all, if for whatever reason, if you're not as familiar with the Summers family tree, if you're not as familiar with the Summers family tree, I would forgive you. But the character that Jean is the actual like birth mother of is X-Man. Not Cable. Madeline Pryor is the mother of Cable. So take that however
Okay.
you can.
Let me stop because I see some people in the chat are saying it. No, it is not Hope. I did not realize
that was a boy.
No, okay, but I think they're talking about the redhead. That is not Hope. Hope is not a born Summers. She was basically Cable's adopted daughter. She ain't a real Summers.
What are y'all smoking?
I don't know where y'all got.
What are y'all smoking?
And bringing up Messiah complex. That ain't no.
I mean, I just don't understand where this is coming from. I don't understand where this is coming from. This is.
But again, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not want to see X-Man. Okay.
Wait. You don't want. Look, you don't want to see Mutant Jesus.
I don't want to see that.
Wait.
I don't like that. I read that. I don't.
You don't want X-Man. You don't like X-Man?
X-Man,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like X-Man either. I remember so many people you kept trying to be like, man, but X-Man's cold. No, he ain't. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. That man ain't never been cold. Bergtown Music Group with the 499 says Jean and Sue is less than Maddie and Malice. I mean, Maddie is my preferred. Okay, so let me tell you something. So when that scene occurs at the end of the episode, and what I believe is the real Jean Grey shows up, Cynthia was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because she doesn't read comics on that level, and she's aware of things, but she doesn't know the deeper narrative. So I explained to her what was going on, like what they were adapting. And the whole time, I felt judgment. Because the more I kept explaining it, she was like, this is stupid. I was like, because basically I told her, I was like, yeah, I said, so basically what happened was Jean Grey became the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix showed up, Dark Phoenix had to be clapped and put in the gulag, and Mr. Sinister, because he wanted Scott Summers to have the perfect baby, because he felt that Scott Summers and Jean Grey would have the perfect mutant child, so he sent a clone of Jean Grey that he had mind wiped and named Madeline Pryor, and kind of made it so Cyclops ran into the motherfucker, and they caught feelings, got married, they had a baby, and then the real Jean Grey came back. and I was like the more I kept talking about it, she was like, this sounds like a fucking soap opera. And I was like, it kind of was. But yeah, I think this is 100% Jean Grey right here, full stop. No questions asked. I think, and I know some people are like, but no, that's just like Jean. Jean was Jean. That's how clones work. I think that the X-Men 97 team felt that it made more sense to just actually have Jean Grey replaced with a clone of herself that has no reason to believe that she's not Jean. I guess they felt that made more sense, and honestly, it kind of does. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's one part of the story I never liked. Is yo woman that just got sent to the gulag, and yo ass is just hanging out, kicking it, and a heifer shows up that look just like your girl that just got clapped, and you ain't asked not nan question. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. He sees her. He knows that she looked like Jean. But he just like, nah, I'm just gonna run with this. This is my second chance.
So two things. One, people were asking in the chat, well, I guess Wolverine finally got his chance. I didn't realize how down bad Wolverine is that we had both Jean and Madeline Pryor, and they both went to a goddamn Summers boy. Like, that is
right?
Wild to think about. Second thing I want to make that I got a kick out of was that when this episode came out and that ending happened, I saw a lot of people say that person that walked in was something that happened in the X-Men comics, and I'm still reading the thread, so I'm like, where are they going with this? This is what happened when the X-Men were in space and Jean got the Phoenix, and then the Dark Phoenix saga happened, and she died, and it exploded, and she got split in two. So now you got this one that just had the baby, and then you got this one that just rang the doorbell and passed out on Morph. It's the Phoenix.
So here's the thing. To be fair to that person, and I forgive anyone for being a little out of sorts on the Dark Phoenix saga, because it's one of those stories that, while it's good, where every time I go back and revisit it, I'm just kind of like, okay. One of the things that I didn't really pay attention to as a kid, but I paid more attention to as I got older, is the fact that, yeah, the Jean that blew up the planet is not actual Jean. It's like a facsimile of Jean. Is basically the Phoenix just running around, just doing her thing. Because they did do a story arc where Jean did return in kind of a similar fashion, like the Fantastic Four founder. Like, it was just like, oh my God, it's her. She's here. She's in the cocoon and came out. And oh my God, she's back. It's Jean. It's Jean. Everybody, Jean's back. They did do that. And they're kind of adapting that in a roundabout way. I feel like what they're doing is they are kind of having a way to go back to the Phoenix Saga without going back to the Phoenix Saga. And kind of using them as a way to tie in those story arcs together a little better. Personally, I would prefer it better if they just made it something Mr. Sinister did. Like, maybe Sinister, like, had some hand in this. But, I mean, it is what it is. I feel like it's never going to be one-to-one, because it never was, even in the old show. They always took concessions. They mixed things up, changed them up a little bit here and there, so that, you know, they're not exactly the same as the comic. But yeah, it was something. It was something. It was a thing. It was a thing. Oh, I just realized. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, hey, this is why I love video so much, because you can pause somebody. Yeah, you can always catch a motherfucker at the worst possible moment. Here, wait. I tell you what. Here. I tell you what. Here. We'll go to that one. That one's better. That one's better. But yeah,
what's the dumbest thing you've seen as to who that could potentially be? Because one that I saw, because I saw the Phoenix one, and I thought that was kind of dumb, but okay. Second one I saw, I said, oh, what the fuck? Are they doing a Spider-Man? Like, are they bringing back Spider-Man 2? Is that jackpot? And I just had to log off, bro.
You know what I hate? Okay, so there's something I say all the time in my videos. If you watch my videos for any stretch of time, you know exactly what I'm about to say. Occam's razor. Occam's razor. For those who may or may not know what that means, I always like to keep this handy. To apply Occam's razor, determine how many assumptions and conditions are necessary for each explanation to be correct. If an explanation requires extra assumptions or conditions, demand evidence commensurate with the strength of each claim. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. These motherfuckers ain't got no evidence and making these wild ass claims like, oh yeah, no, this is exactly what this is. Yeah, you know who this is? I know who it is. See, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know like I be knowing who this is. See, what X-Men 97 doing, they doing something different. See, they actually tying this in to the She-Hulk. That's Titania right there. Titania done showed up on their doorstep, which means we gonna get a She-Hulk attorney at law reference in the very next episode. There's no reason for anyone to think that. And yet there are people who are thinking that shit. No, see? No.
Bro,
we getting Spider-Man next episode.
Who said Red Sonja?
Yeah, man, that's Red Sonja right there. You see, no. See, because you gotta remember, if you go back and do the math, back in the 80s, Red Sonja was in the Marvel comics, and you see what they did was they gonna take it to where they gonna introduce the multiverse on this one, and she gonna come out the portal from her world and wind up in the X-Men 97 universe. And then what gonna happen next is, because you know you got Red Sonja, so Conan, Marvel gonna get the rights to Conan back, even though they just lost him, they gonna get it back, and then Conan gonna show up. And then what they did, Marvel cut a deal with Dynamite, so now Vampirella also gonna show up, and it's just like, okay, first off, shut the fuck up.
I cannot wait until we see like Madeline Pryor as the Goblin Queen. It's gonna be that one dummy. Oh shit, bro. Nigga, is that Witchblade?
Dang, bro, they brought back the Witchblade. Bro, no, I'm done with y'all. That motherfucker, look at this shit. Nah, that's Barbara Gordon right there. You see what we do it is, they go cross this over with Batman the animated series, but see, DC ain't want y'all to know that, but I know, this man said Triss for the Witcher. Goddamn. So now what you saying is next week we gonna get Yennefer of Vangerberg on the show too? Wait, why Angela showing up? Why Angela? Why Thor's sister show up on the show like that? Nah, bro, that's Maxima. That Maxima. Y'all ain't
days have sucked. But goddamn, if I don't love y'all.
I love
Red
it.
Sonja, bro.
I'm just dying off that shit.
Dude, Red Sonja, bro.
Bruh, I'm just, oh my, Red fucking Sonja. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all have no idea. You know what? I will say, you know, to get us on track, I will definitely say, yeah, you and I, we're in agreement here on this, on all that. There was one other thing I did want to address. I did like that we're going with the Genosha, the Genosha stuff. Yeah. Also, I loved that Magneto sunned the shit out of Charles Xavier in the most polite way humanly possible. In regards to Genosha, he was like, man, surprised Charles with all his considerable wealth didn't, I don't know, think to take all these goddamn mutants and put them on Genosha. Just, yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. He said, I'm surprised y'all ain't think about it either. Weird. I was just like, God damn. But no, that is so, basically, that explains this from the trailers. Some of you may remember in the trailers we saw shots like this, as well as this. I think that kind of explains what it is we're actually looking at. That maybe we will be spending some more time on Genosha this season, maybe, possibly, who knows. But yeah, oh my god, this Big K, stop. Man said, nah, that's Firestar from the old Spider-Man show.
Can you go back to Magneto real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Why? And then maybe you can explain it to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why does he have the hooping sleeves on? Why does he have the compression sleeves on his arms right now? Like, even if he ready to hoop. Because we didn't see him outside playing ball with Gambit and them, bro. Why he got the compression sleeves on?
I mean, that was his look. That was his look. Well, so basically what they did, it's basically them kind of trying to adapt when Magneto rebranded himself. Mm-hmm. When he rebranded himself in the God, that was like, I think that was Uncanny X-Men 200, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Uncanny X-Men 200. Yeah, boom, right here. Booyah. He just didn't have the long hair, precisely. He had short hair.
Ooh. So here's a question for you. Here's an actual serious question.
Oh, okay. Let's go. What you got?
Let's get back to the show before we move on to our next thing. So, Magneto, leader of the X-Men. How long did that last? And how long do you think it could last for this show? How many issues was that?
Oh, man. Magneto joining the team? Fuck.
Is that
I don't think it
multiple
lasted very
seasons, or
long.
is that- okay.
Not multiple. No, not multiple. It didn't last. I don't remember it lasting. Not long. If like more than, I don't even think it lasted a year. I don't think.
Okay, so maybe one solid season, maybe two,
Yeah.
maybe stretching it, or half of two is what you're thinking?
Honestly, I could easily see that motherfucker not being leader by the end of the season. I can see Magneto not being leader by the end of the season, would be brutally. If I'm being brutally honest, but yeah, that and what? Oh, you know what? Here, before we jump into the recommendations, what did you think? And by the way, Big K Gamer, thank you for that super chat, by the way, too. What did you think about What'd you think about Sunspot?
Sunspot, he got on my nerves for a little bit.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, he did get on my nerves, and then Storm checked him, which I really liked. The conversations with Jubilee, they were interesting, but I will say I did have to rewind them several times because I'm still trying to get used to the art style and stuff that they're using. Just because a lot of those were like still images, and it was kind of jarring a little bit for me. So,
Yeah.
but when it comes to, I'm gonna need a couple more episodes before I can warm up to him, and that's what happened in the comics. It took me a while to warm up to him in the because I had never read.
He's a goofball.
Yeah, but
And I know you have a hard
anything
time with
with him.
goofballs.
well, no, it's just I had to warm up to him, but I had never read anything with him in it.
Oh, yeah, because you never
Hickman's
read New
Avengers.
Mutants.
Yeah, because I was never a New Mutants guy. So when he
You didn't read him
when
in
they
X
put on-
Force?
Which one? No.
Like old X Force.
You know what?
Like
Now, this
Pouch's
might
X
make me-
Force.
No. So I didn't real deal start reading X Force until that Kyle Yost run.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I
So
didn't read him. I didn't read DaCosta until Hickman's Avengers.
damn. So yeah, he's a goofball. He's a silly guy, and so basically this. Okay. So do you remember recently in the Fall of X stuff when they had Kate Pride and Kamala Khan like sitting by each other, and like it was kind of like Kate was kind of like, it's like looking into a mirror, because basically like Kamala Khan is in the same position as what Kate was when she joined the X-Men. It was kind of one of those scenarios. That's kind of what Jubilee is doing here. Like, she was the new kid on the block who had to like realize what was going on and like and see her place on the X-Men. And Sunspot, I feel like, is going to be kind of the same, only instead of like forcing him to hang around, he'll eventually just kind of come back. But I liked him. I thought he was cool. He was on brand, especially when he handed her the business card. I was like, yep, that is Sunspot to a T. Let me ask you this. What'd you think about dancing? What'd you think about the dancing scene? What'd you think about that?
It's fine. It was fine. Her using the fireworks and shit right in the establishment, like she couldn't set some shit on fire, was a little bit concerning. But other than that,
Well, she ain't met Sync yet. She ain't met Sync yet, so she don't know she can do that.
So yeah. Plus, I know they're in a world of people that hate and fear them. So you just using it in the nightclub like somebody not finna say something is. Other than that, I didn't have a problem with it. Not at all.
No, I thought it was cool. I liked it.
I was ready for the fight scene to happen, and then just to find out that they got work before they.
Yeah, that man Wolverine walked up with the hat. He was like, "Yeah, we got
I
that."
just thought that was pretty funny.
I was a
But
little sad that Master Mole they sat. Look, Master Mole pulled up, and they said, "Yeah, sit your ass back down, big time." We don't do that here.
New Mutants by Louis Simonson. Okay.
Louis Simonson, yes. Louis, so like I've been pretty vocal about it. I'm a huge fan.
You're a diehard New Mutants guy.
Yeah, I love New Mutants. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize this, but some of the best stories came out of New Mutants, and that's where you had your Cypher and your Warlock situation. Wolfsbane got a lot of good storytelling there. Mirage and Karma, really good storytelling there. That's where you got Lila Cheney. A lot of Lila Cheney because she was dating Cannonball, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of good Cannonball stuff. And then the New Mutants eventually kind of evolved into becoming what was effectively X-Force. Like, because there was a time, a lot of people may or may not remember this, there was a time where the New Mutants were X-Force. Like, it was Cable, Shatterstar, Sunspot, a bunch of other motherfuckers. And then eventually it just became X-Force. But, yeah, New Mutants had some really hot shit going on back in the day. I actually recommend it. If you ever get a chance, I do recommend it because it was basically their way of introducing a new class of characters, but not putting them on the X-Men. But doing it in a way that made a lot of sense. Here, let's see. We got a super chat here from the great D-Star with the $5. Says, how old are the X-Men supposed to be? And how old is Magneto? Well, I'll tell you this much. If Magneto lived through the Holocaust, he good and grown. He's like at least, man, oh my God. If he was an adult, not an adult, like more like a teenager, I guess. It depends on, honestly, kind of depends. Because a lot of people don't know this, but Magneto was not always Jewish, at least not in the sense that people see him as today. He wasn't actually confirmed as being actually like full on like Jewish, like Holocaust Jewish until like, what was that story? Magneto Testament something or other. That was when they actually hard confirmed it. But before that, he was actually more like Romani Jewish, or I guess what they call like Sinti. I think Sinti Jewish, which is not the same thing. So there's that. But yeah, as far as how old everyone is, technically they're supposed to be like young, but you can kind of tell the way they're coded, and this is how comics were back then. People would be teenagers, but act like whole ass fucking 40-year-old people, because that was the age of the people writing them at the time. and voice acting used to be that way too. Carter, you ever go back and watch the old Spider-Man cartoon? Not the 90s one, but like the OG joint, the one where the Spider-Man pointing meme comes from.
Yeah.
You remember how old that motherfucker sounded? That Spider-Man was supposed to be a kid. That dude sounded like he was 50. That dude sounded like he was 50 and smoked 6 packs a day. But no, Jody Stubblefield with the $20 says Cyclops was fire. You goddamn right. You are goddamn right. Cyclops ain't never looked that good in the OG series. Yeah, High Evolutionary did also de-age Magneto. Okay, here's the thing. Magneto has been de-aged, I think, more than a couple of times. As a matter of fact, he got de-aged again just now, oddly enough. Storm is 90. I mean, look, let me tell you something. Storm talks like she already got the AARP card. And now I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about even back then. I was like, God damn it, dude, she sound old as fuck, boy. But that said, yeah, there was a lot of good. Oh man, I do want to say too, while we're talking about Magneto, because I don't want to let this moment slip past us. Carter, what did you think about the scene where Magneto had old boy hemmed up? Where he had the executioner hemmed up. And took everybody upstairs to the upper room and basically showed them where they could be spending the rest of their life.
That was a dope little moment. Like, of course, I knew that he wasn't gonna kill him.
Yeah.
You know, this is the second fucking episode. We ain't finna go that hard in the paint.
No. I do like that they played with it though.
I like that they played with it. I will say, I thought for sure that the executioner would catch it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would leave the politicians be in a stance of like, these are people. We're all people. He's harming people. Get. And then, but then you see how I did it to just him and not y'all. I'm trying to be a better person here. That's what I thought they were gonna play with. So for him to just let it all roll and let him get handled the quote unquote right way, I thought that was dope. And everything he was saying was really, really dope.
That was the Sam Jackson. That was his Sam Jackson moment. That was his Pulp Fiction. Like the scene where he's in the diner.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, when I saw that scene, that's exactly what it put me in the mind of. I was like, Magneto, this was the moment where Magneto laid his wallet on the table that said bad motherfucker on it. Cause yeah, I'm sorry, but
I'm thinking of the one politician when they were lifted up in the air and he kept screaming. Now you got me thinking about the Pulp Fiction scene when old boy's lady went crazy. Tell that bitch be cool. Bitch be cool.
Bitch be cool. Yeah, no, because the motherfucker like, look. Old boy over here was shook. Old boy, he was shook. Yeah. He was like, oh shit. He's like, oh man, please don't drop us. Please don't. Man, I was here for it though. Like, honestly, if he would have dropped them, I would have been perfectly fine with it. But I knew they weren't because, well, for one, they had a recurring character that's gonna be was gonna be on the show up there with them, and that was Val Cooper. So Val ain't going nowhere, and they gonna make sure the original Jean Grey voice actress gets paid. So for those that did not know.
So I thought they were gonna try to go the route of, you see, he's not redeemed, he just killed that man, but he let y'all live. That's what I thought they were going to kind of play with. So to see him just drop both of them down, I thought that was a really dope way to do that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They're going to try to stretch. I really cannot look at him anymore because of you and that fucking granny goodness. Like that is all I saw. That is all I saw when you transitioned to that. It was
Wait, is this any better? Does this make it better?
Man, hell no. It was a good scene. It was a good scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. I gotta ask though. What about this one? This one make it better? What about that one?
What's your recommended, man? What's your recommended?
What about that one?
Now that's much worse. What's your recommended?
Dark Side is. Oh, my recommendation is that you. Well, I don't want to say it like this. Doesn't make it sound like I'm giving a command. I'm not really giving a command. What's up?
Well, that was one thing I thought was really cool. Joshua just brought it up in the chat when he turned those chopper blades.
Yeah. That was actually pretty fucking cold. I did like that. Real quick, I do want to make sure, because I don't want to miss this. We got Gearless Mo out here with the 1999 super chat. Says, how old are the characters of the Marvel Universe? Franklin Richards, hold my beer. No, here's the thing. So, I hate sliding time scales because it just makes shit weird. Because by all rights and purposes, Franklin Richards should be much older by now, because he was a kid when was literally a baby when we first met him. And that dude is, I think he's barely in high school, if that. I forget how old he is now. But yeah, Marvel characters, and DC's bad about it too. Like, everybody is like, I don't know. Everyone's got like a weird age. And a lot of the time it doesn't make sense. It's like, oh, well, no, this character's 50 years old. But because of the nature of their powers, they age slower than everybody else. That's kind of how they always do that shit. Because remember, Sins of Sinister? Storm sat up here like 100-something years old, but still looked closer to being 60. And it was just, I know black don't crack, but goddamn. But no, what I was going to say is, I am going to make the recommendation that if your heart is not made of ice, and you actually have the capacity to enjoy nice things, I'm going to recommend that you go check out the new Ghostbusters. Went to go see it. That was actually, yeah, I think I kind of vaguely mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
But the new Ghostbusters is out, and went to go see it. That was our movie to go check out this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very impressed. It is here. I'm gonna pull this up just so I can kind of show you a little something. But yeah, oh, by the way, did I do the jingle? I can't remember if I did the jingle. Did I give him the jingle?
Yeah, you did.
Oh man, see, age. Anyway, I actually really enjoyed this. It was cool seeing a throwaway Ghostbusters character get to be a main villain for once. For those who don't know, the villain that's been teased in the movies, the guy with all the big horns and the long fingers. Actually, yeah, that motherfucker all at the top. Yeah, you used to see him in the real Ghostbusters cartoon intro.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I was talking to a dude outside the theater, and I said it, and he's like, what? I was like, the fuck do you mean? I was like, yeah, I was like the old, and I pulled it up and showed him. He's like, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I appreciated that they gave the original Ghostbusters a little bit more to do than just show up as a cameo. I also appreciated that Ernie Hudson got a lot more to do this time around, considering that of the Ghostbusters that did come back, he was the one that did the least. He showed up, I think, in a post-credit scene or at like the tail ass end of the movie or something. So it just kind of felt like, oh, okay, oh, by the way, don't forget the one black guy. Don't forget the Zach of this, or I guess technically he's kind of the OG, so it would just be, yeah, the Ray Zedmore of the situation, or not Ray, but Winston Zedmore of the situation. But no, it was okay. It was okay. I liked it. I liked what they did. I appreciated it. I will say, if there's any one criticism I have of the movie, is that the lead, I think, who is played by McKenna Grace, they made that poor girl insufferable in this movie. That's the one bad thing I'll say about it. She was, like, in the first movie, I liked her. Because I was like, oh, she's cool. She's plucky. She's got, like, a dry sense of humor. You know, she's supposed to be, like, this awkward girl that, like, that's kind of the charm, is that she's awkward, but she owns the fact that she's awkward. In this one, I mean, that was still there, but she makes so many dumb choices that literally are the driving force of the movie. Like, no one else is really the reason why the bad things in the movie happen. Just her. And that's not even really a spoiler, but it's more of a warning if you go see it. Like, you're probably going to walk out of this. If you liked her in the first movie, you probably will not like her by the end of this one. But no. All that aside,
it's not a spoiler for him to say who the villain is. That's more an Easter egg, because I didn't even watch the real Ghostbusters cartoon. So.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They don't even make a big deal about it. Like, no. They tell you his name, but, like, at no point do they say anything that's like, oh, hey, remember that one dude from the intro that you always wondered why they never showed up on the show, but they were always in the fucking intro amongst all the ghosts at the end of the title sequence? Yeah, they don't even draw any attention to it. It's one of those, if you know, you know. If you don't know, if I didn't tell you,
yeah, that's not a spoiler.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. Not at all. Yeah, that's not at all.
What was up with what was up with Stranger Things, boy?
He was good. I actually liked him. Actually, so here's the funny thing. I hated him in the first movie. I liked him in this one. In Ghostbusters Afterlife, I couldn't stand his little whiny ass. But and to be fair, this is also kind of a me thing, because I don't like teenagers. I find teenagers incredibly insufferable. I hated teenagers even when I was a teenager. Even when I acted like a teenager, I hated myself even more for acting like a teenager, a typical teenager. But yeah, he's a little bit older, and while he is still kind of being a typical teenager, he's actually the least annoying between the two characters. But like the younger one, she is just like, oh my god. I'm like, girl, go somewhere. But no, but that said, yeah, the movie's great. It's fun. Kumail Nanjiani is fantastic in it. Patton Oswalt is great in it too for the little bit that Patton Oswalt is there. And yeah, this actually feels to me, whereas like Afterlife felt more like a spiritual successor to the original like first two Ghostbusters movies. This felt more like a spiritual successor to the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Okay.
Take that how you want to.
All right. So before we do questions, we actually got 2 super chats here.
Yeah.
We got a 20 from the Great D-Star saying, how many episodes till we see Wolverine actually stab or slash something that's not a robot? Also, if 97 does great, think we'll get a Spider-Man 99 or a continuation of the other 90s Marvel cartoons with an Onslaught crossover. Thank you for that 20. You asked for way too goddamn much.
Yeah, I was about to say, they can keep Onslaught. They can keep Onslaught, but you aren't going to see Wolverine stab anybody. I'm just going to be honest with you.
We got another 20 bomb from Paris Yule saying, good afternoon, Carter and Blerd. As far as recommended, I finally got around to the Blade run, the one that's written by Brian Hill, of course. I messed up and wondered if the other vampires see him as Uncle Ruckus. Now I only hear those trombones every time he says.
Don't trust them new vampires over there.
I could not imagine opening that book and hearing them trombones when Blade is on the page.
I mean, bruh, when you put it like that, I'm kind of seeing it. I'm like, oh, damn. He's like, well, he's like, nah, I ain't got vampirism. I got revampirism.
Jesus Christ.
No, so my bloodthirst just gets more stronger and more stronger. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I got for that. I guess do we want to go ahead and jump into Discord? Discord questions?
Yep.
And let's fucking do it. Questions from the Discord.
First question we got here is from last week. It's from Deathbird by Design.
Ooh.
He's asking to given the lack of diversity in the new X-Men lineups, build a new team of your selections. 5 to 7 mutants. Who would you choose? I don't feel like that's a question to answer here. I feel like that's more so a video you could do.
Yeah. I tell you what. Here. I will add it to my list. Here, let's move that out of the way.
Yeah, I feel like that could be a good video.
That is that's actually not a bad idea. You know what? Here, let's do this. Let's get rid of the stuff I've already done. Let's see here. Actually, I already shot that, so no, I did not shoot that. I need to shoot that. Let's see. Get the okay. Yeah, here. We'll right here on the side. Bam. So who I would have picked for post Krakoa X-Men.
All right. We got another question here from Christian Rapper. He's saying, "What's up, Blerd? Like I'm just non-existent. I saw your video on the Ultimate X-Men. I love the comic. I have a question. Do you think that people are upset because the comic isn't focused on a team? It's just one person. It's probably going to be a slow build up to a team book. I think that if the comic had focused more on a team instead of one particular character, then it would have been accepted better. I think that even if she had introduced another mutant character at the end, then it would have been received better. When people read X-Men, they are expecting a team book."
No, I agree with that. Well, and the thing is, we know that's kind of what they're doing is what Peach Momoko is doing is basically she's building up to that because we know the next issue, it's not going to be focused on armor. It's going to be focused on another character. And eventually, I think by the time you get to like issue 3 or 4, it's kind of implied that there's going to be more characters there. But, I mean, yeah, it's one of those, I can kind of understand, like, if that's the reason why people are upset about it, that I can get. But it's the other stuff where I'm kind of like, no. But no, that makes sense. It makes sense. What we got here? Yeah, you take the next one.
All right. Trap God Thanos. What up, Blerd? Carter, I don't like that long pause you did before you said my name in this. X-Men 97 is finally making people respect Scott Summers like God intended. In all seriousness, it's cool to see so many people excited about an X-Men show again, and I love the respect Storm and Cyclops got. My question is, what character / plot line do you want this show to adapt? I want Onslaught just for the chaos. I don't want to read the rest of that because why does everybody want Onslaught?
I feel like Onslaught was like a jumping on point, or maybe like a first major story arc for a lot of readers back then. Personally, I do not like Onslaught. I think Onslaught's dumb. It was a dumb story arc. Onslaught made me stop reading X-Men comics for a little bit. Not gonna hold you. I actually stopped reading X-Men for a solid, let's see, I want to say for at least a solid like 2 or 3 years. Oh, Carter, you never gave your recommendation. I didn't even really think about that, but I think you said you didn't have one this week.
Yeah,
earlier.
because I don't have a recommendation because of how the end of my week went. I've been thinking about everything else other than recommending a book this week, so I do apologize.
His recommendation is mind your business. But no.
My recommendation is getting better security for your vehicles. We got another question here from...
I was going to read the rest of it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so if y'all lazy mofos don't get those likes, because I want y'all to get the likes up. I'm serious. I'm dead ass. Yeah, y'all need to get the likes up, because we got 362 people here. We had 400 at some point. We didn't. And I by all rights purposes, I feel like I am owed another 100 likes. Just saying, because we had 406 people in here earlier. So I'm just saying. If you haven't done it already, all I gotta do, just tickle that little button. Just boop. And remember like the little Pillsbury Doughboy, you just boop and go hoo-hoo. So yeah, there's that. But that said, yes, but getting back to it, yes. If y'all lazy mofos will get those likes up, Magneto will steal your girl like he did Rogue from Gambit. Side note, but Magneto potentially smashing Rogue in Xavier's office while Gambit is outside is some nasty work. Gambit need to shoot this man or something. Fight back, Gambit. I love it. Gambit will get his eventually.
All right, we got one here from Urban Prince of Strong Style saying, "Greeting Ernie and Carter." He has a question. Can the animated Marvel movies make a comeback with the Marvel Animation Studio? I would love to see a cosmic Ghost Rider with Baby Thanos or Avengers Twilight as Elseworld movies. Can Marvel Animated make a comeback?
With this, yeah, sure. I think so. I think this is a good start. Damn good start. Let's see here.
All right, last one in the Discord from Q Doma.
Oh, wait a minute. I feel like I missed something.
No, these were people having a conversation and not a question.
Gosh. Cool.
Last one from the Discord. Hello, Blerd and Carter. Hope all is good. My question is,
Bird is the word.
Have you checked out the new Cobra Commander comic? I like the fact that they're going with a Cobra La concept.
Yes, from the movie.
Was a story like as a kid in the cartoon.
Yeah, that's yeah. So basically, what they're doing, Joshua Williamson is basically adapting some of the stuff that, like in the cartoon proper of G.I. Joe, they didn't really discuss Cobra Law in any grand scheme. Like once Serpentor came into play, they kind of did a little bit. But Carter, did you ever see the original G.I. Joe animated movie? Came out around the same time as the Transformers movie?
No, I'd only seen the Transformers one.
Okay, so when Serpentor came into play, they introduced all these other new characters, and instead of Cobra just being some terrorist organization, they were actually something a little bit deeper. Like, they were, like, on some otherworldly bullshit. Like, on some snake people bullshit. That was where, like, Serpentor was created, and Cobra Commander got turned into a humanoid snake. And he was constantly walking around talking about, I was a man. Like, doing shit like that while he was hanging out with Roadblock, who at the time was blind. But yeah, neither here nor there. Point of the matter is, yeah, I like that they're doing that because they are well, at the time when I was a kid, I thought it was kind of stupid because I was just like, I was so used to just being just a straight up terrorist organization. The fact that they had all kind of mystical, magical, alien like shit going on, which is weird to me as a kid. But like as I've gotten older, I've grown an appreciation for it, so I'm actually kind of here for it. Especially the fact that Cobra Commander is not a punk, because he was a punk back in the day. That dude ran. I swear to God, Cobra Commander yelled retreat as soon as you looked at him. He'd be like, retreat! Like, oh, get the fuck out of here, dude. Whack. I like this Cobra Commander. He's way more likely to get down and dirty, and I like that. Reminds me of Sigma 6, G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander. Pairs you with the 5. Dude, out here gifting them. Man, we appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
And I scrolled up, and I'm not seeing any questions. I did see, so it looks like the first one is from LP3 from the questions in the chat.
Question chat. Okay, got you. I'm going back and looking.
That's what happens when I'm pissed about certain stuff. I'm just more focused on everything else.
I ain't mad at you.
I've already done all the work for other stuff.
Yeah, hey, I respect. Here, okay, so I tell you what. Here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
There you go. That's a good start. So LP3 says, question, did you guys see the Penguin trailer? Thoughts? Well, Carter, thoughts?
I've watched it 4 times now. I'm down for this, and I saw someone else ask this question in the chat earlier, or they didn't. It wasn't a question. It was just this is what they assumed. This is not a movie. This is a limited series that Matt Reeves is doing with the Penguin. I'm watching it. It's a dope Colin Farrell Penguin, and it's reminding me even more. No. I'm caught up on the Penguin comic. Yeah, so yeah. I'm excited for it. Go read the Tom King Penguin book that's running right now. Yeah, I don't think it's Sopranos like everybody is saying. I think they just see a mobster and then they're just putting Sopranos stamp on it. But
I feel like it's more Godfather than Sopranos, if you're going to compare it to a movie or like a TV show or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I was already bought. I was already bought in. So this didn't make me any more excited than I already was. I was just like, okay, cool. Can we hurry up and get to it? That was kind of where I was at with it. I like mobster Penguin. So and I like the way Colin Farrell portrays him. Like he found a way to make him. It's not so much that he's threatening, it's just that you take him more seriously.
That's a surprise that people still don't realize that's Colin Farrell. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it is.
No, that's facts right there. Big K Game says, what's up, Blerd? If y'all were mutants, what would y'all's powers be, and what X team would you join? Oh, hey, Carter. He's fucking with you. But no, I mean, I've often said that, if I could have a power, if I could choose a power, if I could choose my mutant power, not gonna lie, it wouldn't be anything like Bishop or Storm. And even though I love Sync's power, I probably wouldn't even choose that. I'm a guy that is very simple in his needs. I don't like driving places or having to buy tickets to fly places. So if I could just get the manifold powers, I would be super straight. Like, you give me the power, I can just ask the universe to be like, hey, man, can you open me up a portal real quick so I can go up to Dixie Queen right quick? I don't feel like getting in the car. Can you hook that up? Man, look, I really want to fly to visit my family, up in Wisconsin, but I really ain't trying to pay them premium prices on them tickets, and these planes is kind of scaring me right now because they just falling out the goddamn sky. Can you run me up there right quick? That's me. That's me. Oh, and if I was gonna be on a team, tell you what. I would want to be on I would want to be on Alpha Flight. You want to know why, Carter? Because I wouldn't have to do shit. That's a lie. I'm joking. Alpha Flight does plenty. But no, I would probably be like on the New Mutants or something. But if I was like my current age, they'd probably put me on like X-Force or something. I'd be on somebody's Exiles. I'd be on the Exiles. There you go.
I'd want to have the power of teleportation like Nightcrawler, except I'm still me and I do not have a tail and I have all my fingers and fucking toes. I've always, because that's always the caveat. I want to have powers like Nightcrawler. Oh, you're gonna be blue to shut your ass up. I just want to be able to bam wherever. The main reason being, I saw that Hayden Christensen movie Jumper again recently, and I'm like, yeah, give me the Nightcrawler.
Yeah, teleporting is cool.
Like real fast. And if I was on a team, I would be on Excalibur because no one reads it, which means no one would bother me.
That's fair.
Teleport wherever the hell I wanted in peace.
And you get to hang out in Britain. You get to kick it with Captain Britain and
I get to go meet Idris Elba and yeah.
You hang out with Ascani.
Boy, bro.
Let's see. We got another one here. This is from Bill. Says, question: in the recent Marvel article focusing on the Marvel Voices Pride one-shots variant covers, there's a hint regarding Betsy and Rachel in an unannounced series. Is it Excalibur Strike, or I'm assuming CB is just shorthand for Captain Britain? I have no idea, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably not gonna read it. Not and before anyone says, "Oh man, dude, Blerd out here being homophobic to the lesbians," no, has nothing to do with that. I just don't.
It's Betsy Braddock and Rachel. That's what.
Yeah, I was like, it's the characters. Like I like Betsy Braddock, and I don't mind her being Captain Britain, but I don't think Betsy Braddock is so interesting. I need to read a comic about her, if that makes any sense. To me, Betsy Braddock has always been a team book character, not a solo series character. If you put Betsy Braddock as the leader of a team, like case in point, I was very open to reading Excalibur when she was leader of the team, but then I ended up not liking the book as much. Like I liked it in spurts. Like there was like one issue would be good, then 2 would be bad, 3 would be good, 5 would be bad, and I'm like, okay, this is inconsistent. I can't keep up. As I hit that voice dead on. Thank you. I do my best. We got one here. This is JD right here. I'm trying to read this one quick because I want to be able to keep up with it. It says, what are the odds y'all think that Charles dies at the end of the Krakoan age in a bit of a redemptive manner? Ooh, probably, because I've noticed one thing. You don't see his ass anywhere. Or maybe he's Inmate X. Hard to say.
Plus, I saw a solicit image of him talking to like a young Moira.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't even have him kill a kid. So
nah, he about to get caught. He about to get caught. Yeah, they about to get Charles up out of there. And then we got one from Jerome. Says, question: I would have never thought mixing a major imprint of superheroes versus monster/monsterverse would work, let alone work well. How do you feel about Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong run? I'm not current on it. I only read that first issue and just kind of kept on. Like I read them. I saw the memes about it, and I know more about it from memes and people cracking jokes on Twitter about it.
All I heard was Godzilla and Superman squared up, and Superman got worked.
no, that
just made me laugh. Made me laugh.
100%. That's exactly what fucking happened. That's precisely what fucking happened. Oh, here's one. Actually, you know what? We were going to originally talk about this, but I cut it for time. So we can talk about it right here. Question: what do you think of the Acolyte trailer? I love you, Blerd Carter. My Blerd Koa family, we love you back. And that's on 100 right there. So, Carter, did you see the trailer for Star Wars: The Acolyte?
I saw the trailer, but I was waiting on you all, meaning Ernie and the chat, to put me on game as to why I should care. Because I just saw Trinity lightsabers and then a poster, and I know Charles Soule has something to do with it.
Yeah, I think he wrote it. I think he wrote it.
He tweeted about it.
Yeah, I think he wrote it or is based on something he wrote, one of the two. I don't remember which. Okay, so full disclosure, this takes place not in the current timeline of Star Wars, takes place during like the High Republic era, like maybe close to the end of the High Republic era, I believe. And
so what movie is that?
None of them.
Or was that before movies? Okay.
That okay, so basically, do you remember Star Wars Old Republic?
Yes.
Knights of the Old Republic, whatever?
Yeah.
High Republic is kind of after that.
Okay.
Or at least it's how I always remembered it. Yeah. Like Fall of the Old Republic. Technically, High Republic, Old Republic, they're honestly all kind of the same to me, if I'm being honest. I don't really keep up with that part of Star Wars because that shit gets weird. But basically, long and short of it is, High Republic, this is a time when like the Jedi were kind of at the height of their power. The Republic was also at the height of its power, if the name doesn't give it away. So, in the High Republic, you also still had the rule that there were usually no more than like 2 Sith at a time. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what's got people up in arms about the trailer for this, because they see multiple Sith Lords. But the thing is, you're not really. It's kind of a trick of the eye, because what's that girl's name? Jodie Turner-Smith, the one that you don't like, the real dark-skinned girl. I don't remember. I remember you saying something about it that was kind of funny. But anyway, Jodie Turner-Smith, the girl everyone's always asking to play Storm.
Is that the one from Queen and Slim?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay. I remember I said, I thought, okay.
Well, I won't say you don't like her, but she's not like.
I just remember not liking that movie. I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you didn't like her in that movie. Basically, she is. A lot of people saw her and thought she was a Sith. She's actually not a Sith. She is a Force witch, which basically is very similar to the Night Sisters, but she's not a Night Sister. At least they don't say that she's a Night Sister, but the way she is described in all like the call sheets and stuff, she and the what you want to call it, the fucking the publishing or the publicist notes and whatnot. She's referred to as a Force witch. She's not a Sith, not in the strictest sense. So, people can calm down. Their beloved Star Wars canon has not been besmirched. Okay, we're good. We're okay. We're good. People were freaking out. I think that's why people didn't like it. But that said, I'm here for it. I also liked that we got to see old boy from Squid Game, who I didn't know this. I didn't know he didn't know how to speak English. Apparently, he learned English for the role. I'm forgetting the guy's name. Lee Jong Jai, I think is his name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He is going to be playing. If you don't know who I'm talking about, if you've seen Squid Game, you just don't know to place a name with the face. This guy. He's playing the main Jedi on the Acolyte. Which I was like, his English is actually not bad for a guy that literally just learned English. I was like, dude, he's doing a fantastic job. And then
you know who Anna de Armas is? You know that woman, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know she didn't know English for that Bond movie? Had to learn it?
No, I did not. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. That's actually kind of wild to me. Like, I'm here for it though. Oh, and then I think a lot of people got mad because, they did this before when the God, what was it? When Obi-Wan Kenobi came out. They did this when Obi-Wan Kenobi came out. But the character that you see running around, I don't even know if she's actually so much a Sith in the strictest sense, so much as she is a fallen Jedi. But that's what she's referred to as a former Jedi. Like, they don't even really refer to her as a Sith. But and we don't even know what look, we just got one trailer and we don't know anything else beyond that. So I just say, you know what, let's just go with God on that one and wait till it comes out before we tear it apart. But I'm looking forward to it. It looks cool. I will say I was a little angry with one aspect of the trailer, Carter, and I don't know if you caught this. I'm actually trying to pull it up right now, but the Killmonger haircut struck again. I don't know if you caught it, Carter, but the Killmonger is back and it's finally hit Star Wars. We got old boy from was it from Russian Doll? Got his ass in here with the whole Killmonger. I was like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Can we just bring back the shaved head or like the Caesar or man, just get a motherfucker like some whole ass locks or some shit? Like, can we get a motherfucker a mohawk for Christ's sakes? But can we please get away from this hairstyle? This hairstyle is hurting too many people. This hairstyle is like the crack epidemic in the black neighborhoods. It's like that's what this shit is for me. I'm like, God damn, dude, can we please stop? But yeah, I think the trailer looks great. I'm looking forward to it. I like Amanda Stenberg, and I'm kind of curious to see how she's going to play the character she's playing. But and I think isn't Jude Law supposed to be in this too, or something like that? I was under that impression. I could be wrong.
I'm surprised they're doing Jedi still.
Dude, Jedi's money.
Well, because I know, was it you that brought up the whole like you didn't really like the Skywalkers? You can do things other than Skywalkers and Jedi. That's why you like the Mandalorian stuff so much.
Yeah, I like Jedi. I like Jedi. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I'm tired of Skywalkers.
Gotcha.
Like there's more Jedi in because I mean let's be honest. There's more Jedi out there. Like they didn't catch every motherfucker from Order 66. Obviously, because we wouldn't have so many Jedi characters still running around. But like, I feel like Daphne Keane is in this as well. I forgot about her. But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what it was, but I know for me personally, yeah, Mandalorian will always, kind of be goated to me just because it did something different. And that's what I like to see. I like seeing stuff like, The Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, even Star Wars Rebels to a lesser extent, even though technically it does revolve around Jedis. Jedis aren't like the only thing on the show. Rogue One I thought was great because it didn't have any Jedis really at all except for Donnie Yen, and he wasn't even really like a full-fledged Jedi, so to speak. I like when they get away from that. I like when they focus on bounty hunters and criminals, smugglers, scoundrels, and so on and so forth, because that's a way more interesting universe. Like if they would have been like, hey man, we want to make that Dr. Aphra TV show you've been asking for, I would eat that shit up because that's just way more interesting to me. It's way more interesting, so much better, so much more to it. But that said, yeah, it'll be fine. I don't think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. Let me put it like that. That's better. Gearless Ma here once again with the 1999 super chat says, don't give me powers. I would have become the ultimate anti-hero, taking down the world's 1%, funding wars and oppressing people. Just saying. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of why I don't want to be on anybody's. That's why I said I didn't want to have powers that were too crazy. Don't give me anything I can use offensively, because here's the thing, you know what it is? I wouldn't be a bad guy. I wouldn't even be an anti-hero. You know what I would be, Carter? I'd be Hancock before he actually tried to be more heroic. I was just like, man, get the fuck about my face, man. I'm trying to do some shit, man. Leave me alone, man. I'm just trying to, like, I would help people, but I wouldn't want nobody drawing attention to my ass. I'd be like, man, go! Be like, get! Kid, stop following me. But no, that would be me, 100%. 100% of the time. All the time. I think that's it. I think we answered 5 questions. We even got a super chat in there too that I think we addressed, and I kind of feel like I want to say we caught up on everything. If not, I'm I'm going back and looking just to make sure we didn't miss anything. So let's see here. Yep. We got everything. Love to see it. Yep. We got everything. We did the thing. We got it. It's in the bag. Carter, did you have anything you wanted to announce before we got up out of here?
No.
He's like, man, fuck out of here. Well, I'm going to go play Dragon's Dogma and edit the interview that I did last week with some people. And you'll find out when I post it. That's all I got. I don't want to do anything else because I feel like I put out a lot of videos this week and I'm kind of tired. And I kind of want to not do anything too strenuous. Oh, I will say, announcement, Carter. I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you because I can't wait to see your reaction. But I'm now graduated to not just the grill master, but I'm the grill master of the hill. So I am now graduated from the school of Hank Hill, grilling with propane.
Oh, oh, God.
I am now a propane man. Propane, propane and propane accessories. So it's about to go down. The grill is coming in Monday. I'll have it Monday. And yeah. So there you go. You'll be hearing, Carter, you're gonna be sick of me this summer. All spring and summer, you're gonna be sick of me. Because I'm just be showing you shit. But man, look at how I got the cast iron skillet on the grill. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, check this out. And I got a back rack too, so I can take the corn and put it on the back rack so it don't get too cooked. Yeah, man, I'm about to be out here. Anyway, let's go ahead and say thank you, everybody. Thank you, one and all. More Patreon and channel member exclusive content will be coming later. I'm gonna try and get it done next week. I promise nothing because there's just so much going on. But I hope you all enjoyed. I know some of you reached out to me personally, told me you enjoyed. So I'll be doing more of that. We did character designs for Frenzy, my take on Frenzy. And yeah, I'm here for it. I liked it. I had fun with it. And we're going to do some more of it. Probably, I don't know who will do this coming time around. I was thinking about doing Bishop, thinking about doing Storm or somebody else. We'll just kind of have to play with it. But until then, just keep it locked. Stay tuned. There's more stuff coming. And I haven't forgotten about the Go-Go Loser Ranger video. It is almost done, and I'll post it sometime here pretty soon. There's a Moon Knight video up right now. You should go check that out if you got the time. And yeah, with that said, for Carter Presents, I am the Blerd Without Fear. An executioner! You can go to hell.